can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed. I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up. I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat while I make her. Want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Get hit in my section at 12, gon' find your ass way in New Orleans. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my put and put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour. Looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you.
victory mode. City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri! Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City. We are Premier League champions. City FC are champions. Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football. Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for Manchester City versus Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup final. City take on the champions of the Europa League, as Manchester City were, of course, last season the champions of Europe, the winners of the Champions League, the most prestigious trophy in Europe. City are the holders of, and now we go head to head with the champions of the Europa League. The winners last season, they were to beat Jose Mourinho's AS Roma in the final. They beat Manchester United in the way as well. Pep Guardiola this week said that Sevilla have shown great quality. He even spoke about Jesus Navas, of course, who starts for Sevilla today at right back, who played for Manchester City for a few years. He said that maybe he wouldn't have got rid of Navas if he'd known how good he was going to be for so long. 37 years of age now, Jesus Navas, captaining his boyhood club and still going strong. It's good to see a few of you already in the live comments. We've got Mark MK here, I think. We've got Ultra Hit Gamer here as well as Mark Hubert. This today is my last live stream, my last alternative commentary for 2 months, guys. A video will be going up pretty soon explaining why. It's exciting for the channel, exciting for myself, and exciting for you guys, despite not having the live streams so often. Don't worry, the live streams will be back as soon as I'm back, but the live streams, it's my last live stream for 2 months, and what a time to end it on, I suppose, for 2 months in a game against Sevilla in the Champions League. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be an exciting game. City are away in Athens at the Olympiakos Stadium in Greece to face Sevilla today. Sevilla, a very good side. We'll run through the Manchester City side because it's an exciting side, really, for if you're a City fan, because the team is slightly different than we expected. I haven't got the bench perfectly right because there is a few extra players on the bench than before. I mean, Diaz is on the bench apparently, but he can't play because of concussion rules. Why is he on the bench? I don't know. So Edison starts in goal for Manchester City. It's a back four with captain Kyle Walker today. Manu Akanji, Josh Gvardiol makes his Manchester City debut, with then Nathan Ake at left back. Into the midfield three, it's Phil Foden, Rodri and Mateo Kovacic, who also plays his first European game for Manchester City. Grealish, Haaland, and surprise, surprise, Cole Palmer on the right-hand side. That is City's front three today. As for the bench, the likes of Ortega, Phillips, Stones, Lewis, Sergio Gomez, Aymeric Laporte, James McAtee, Maximo Peron, and Oscar Bob. On that bench for Manchester City, plenty of options off the bench if City want to make attacking changes. But of course, as we found out, Kevin De Bruyne, who picked up an injury in that game in the last one against Burnley, he is going to be out for around, we'd say, 3 months, Kevin De Bruyne, and it's not yet decided whether the man who was captaining Manchester City on the weekend or on Friday night will actually have surgery or not. So that is going to push back the time in which it takes for him to recover. We're saying 3 months for him. Diaz and Stones have been out due to concussion rules. Apparently Stones is back, but Diaz on the bench cannot play today. No Bernardo Silva, who was also ill. He's unavailable today for Manchester City. City could even lose Stefan Ortega. There's been a lot of strong interest apparently from Bayern Munich. A lot going on. We'll have to see what goes with Manchester City. It's the Ultra Games is going to struggle without KDB. We certainly are. I don't think there's a better player in between the lines than KDB. But I suppose it's time for Phil Foden to shine a central role, isn't it? Time for him to shine, certainly. And Flavius, who is a We Are City member. He says, not positive about the game, gents. The right wing is very sketchy. Flavius is a big Cole Palmer non-fan, let's say. I don't say you're a particular hater, but you're not a fan of Cole Palmer at all. I wasn't a fan of Palmer either. I'm starting to think, you know what, well, if Pep's giving him game time, then you've got to believe, haven't we? You've got to believe. But I think City are lacking massively in this squad. I mean, when you look at the bench and you think attacking-wise, City need to bring in Jeremy Doku and Lucas Paqueta before the end of the window. I think that is a definite. Maybe Dani Olmo's on that list as well. But I think Silly have been very silly in the transfer window. I mean, Lucas Paqueta, if we'd signed him before, Rice would have got cheaper. Or if we signed him last season, would have got about 30 million off him. So there we've missed out on a target and ended up paying more. I think Jeremy Doku, if we'd signed him at the start of the window, he might have cost 30 million. Now he's going to cost 50 million. And West Ham are in the race as well. We could miss out on Jeremy Doku. Then you're talking about Dani Olmo's been linked today, who I think is a great player. I've said for a while. I signed Dani Olmo on our FIFA 23 career mode, didn't I, very early on last year, because I thought he'd be a really good player for City. And, you know, everyone's rating Olmo now because of that spectacular game he had the other day against Bayern Munich. But Danny Olmo is saying 80 to 100 million. He's just signed a new contract. If he signed him at the start of the window, he had 1 year left in his deal, it would have cost 30 million. So City have been very strange in their targeting of players. Flavius says, I mean, if he played for Burnley, I'd be a big fan, but not City. Yeah, I don't know. He might be playing for West Ham, mightn't he? Cole Palmer, I think that's a bit of a realistic one. Foden Cam today says, Ultra Gamer, I believe so. He will be in that attacking midfield role. And Flavius is saying, it's good to see Vardiol started. Cannot wait to see how he does. Me either. I'm very excited to see Vardiol play. That's the big one. I'm going to miss a lot of City, actually, over the next few months. I'm not going to be able to see the games too often, which is a big miss. But I'll keep updated, hopefully. Keep an idea of what's going on. City have also been linked with Valentin Barco today as well. The man from Boca Juniors who's really, really good also. I'd be very happy if City sign him. He's another one that I've signed in my FIFA career mode years gone by. Another one that I've always rated, like Maximo Peron, signed him before even City were linked with him. I tell you what, if you want to know about good young players around the world, I tend to just have an eye for them. For whatever reason, I just tend to know. And we'll go through both sides today as well, because we have got the Sevilla side up there, but let's go into a bit of a bigger view of the Sevilla side so you can see it alongside that Manchester City team. So Sevilla start with Yasin Bono in goal, who apparently is going to be in his last game today. Let's hope he don't go to penalties because he's absolutely class at penalties. He starts in goal and he's apparently on his way out after this one. He's going to some Saudi Arabian team. Apparently Laporte's going there as well. The back four of Navas, Bade, who's signing a permanent, Goodell, and also Acuna, who's also been linked with Aston Villa. Jordan, Oliver Torres, and also Ivan Rakitic, the midfield three. And then it's Ocampos, En-Nesyri, and Eric Lamela, the front three. It's a good Sevilla side. I think a very, very decent side. I think they just... I hope they do well this season, Sevilla. As you know, I'm a big fan. I hope they just do a bit better this year than they have done in the past. They've been last season they nearly got relegated. At one point, it looked like it was going to happen. But then they changed manager twice. Things worked out, and that's the way it went. Ultra Game says we should get Paqueta, South American, we should sign him. Says Ultra Game, yeah, Valentin Barco, he's going to be worth 100 million. If he signs for Brighton, who also want him, they'll be selling him for 100 million next year, or in 3 years' time. He's only 17, 18. He's a small, very small fullback, but thinking like Jordi Alba, but without a weak mentality. Jordi Alba, who's got a lot of fight in him, a lot of grit and determination. He's really good. Flavius says City should just hire you and help Cheeky. City should hire me, shouldn't they? That would be I certainly wouldn't turn that down, Flavius. Imagine Cheeky came to me and, you know, he watched the YouTube channel, he rang me up and said, I've seen the players you've signed on your career modes. You seem to have a good eye for who we sign. I mean, I must do, mustn't I? I mean, the frustrating thing is, I think, City have got all this money. We spend how much on scouting networks and scouting all these players. And we what? What date are we on today? The 16th of August, the transfer window shuts in, just over 2 weeks. And City still don't know who they're going to sign. Come on. You know, you should have been scouting these players all summer. You should have known, right, if this player goes, we'll sign this player. Sure, they should have been aware if the eventuality that Ilkay Gundogan could leave. And if Gundogan leaves, we'll sign this player. I don't know. It seems very, very erratic this summer for Manchester City. Are we thinking we should get Wirtz instead, says Mark Hubert? Well, yeah, spending 100 million might as well be Wirtz. I don't think Wirtz is leaving Leverkusen. He's just been given the number 10 shirt there by Xabi Alonso. He's just signed Xabi Alonso just signed a new contract as well. I think they've very, very settled Florian Wirtz's camp at Leverkusen. If he goes anywhere, it'll be Bayern Munich, I can tell you now. That's where he'll be going. That's where he wants to go. 43-1 isn't a bad formation. Brighton scouts are so good still. Brighton scouts are very good, especially in South America. I mean, Julio and Cisco, they picked up for, what, was it 10 million from Cisco? That was a real steal from Paraguay. They really do pick up the big players. And that's the thing. I mean, if you sign 10 players at 15 million, or 10 players at 10 million, and one of them turns out to be a world beater, you spent 100 million and got a world beater, so what does it matter? And if they're not so good, you might be able to make a bit of profit on those players. Whereas, you know, a lot of the bigger sides, and City are as bad as this as well, what we do is, we let these players go to teams. I mean, Caicedo, for example. Manchester United could have signed Caicedo for 5 million. They decided against it because they weren't sure if he was good enough or not. Let him go to Brighton. And then Chelsea are signing for 115, 120 million. I mean, you could have signed him for 5 million 2 years ago. And they knew. Ultra Gamer says 10 million pound. Yeah, if you sign 10 players at 10 million, right, that are, say, between 16 and 21 years of age, not all at 10 million, but average, so you could sign one for 20, and if all those players turned out to be terrible, that's pretty unlucky. I mean, you must be a really bad scout, and your scouting network needs looking at. But if just one of those players turns into £100 million player, if one of those players turns out to be decent, this is what Brighton do. If one of those players turns out to be decent, it pays for all those players plus extra. So, you know what I mean? That's yeah, I mean 10 million each on average. But yeah, you know what I mean? That would work so well, wouldn't it? But the big clubs don't want to do that. They're very lazy, I think, scouting-wise. I think City can be. I think they especially have been this season, where you just think, well, let a smaller club sign them. If they do well there, we don't mind spending the extra 30 million to bring them in. That's okay, we'll take it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. The two teams are on the pitch, by the way. They've done a little opening ceremony here at the UEFA Super Cup final. City against Chelsea. You can watch this game in the US on CBS Sports if you are in the US or wherever you are around the world. I assume you have to pay to watch it, and if you can't watch it, that's why I'm here, to give you all the commentary on this game. And if you can watch it, and you don't want to listen to the idiots that are commentating on it, sometimes they're good, to be fair, around the world, but if you're in the UK and you're listening to probably, I don't know, BT Sport, or TNT Sport as it is now, with Steve McManaman, or someone like that, listen to me instead. I'm sure you want to, especially if you're a City fan. The Sevilla side are on the pitch in their red kit today with the goal writing. Looks absolutely beautiful, as they usually do. They never do a bad job, New Balance and the others, on the Sevilla kit. I've got, actually, my Sevilla kit's a Nike one. It's Macron, is it? Macron? Armani? I'm not sure who makes the new one now. Scouting in Brazil isn't a particularly bad idea. This is Ultra Game around Argentina. Yeah, the only thing with Brazil I find in Ultra Game is there's lots of like world beaters in Brazil, but they just don't seem to make it. They don't always seem to make it at such a high success rate. Argentina seems to be a lot better at the moment. I mean, Alvarez was a good pick-up. Again, another player that I tried to sign on our career mode before City were linked with him because I had Marcelo Gallardo in charge of our team on FIFA 21, FIFA 22. Could have been FIFA 21 when that happened. And I think I do a pretty good job of predicting these sort of things. I don't always get them right. Probably hardly ever, but I'm able to pick out some players. I really am. So we should be about to have kickoff pretty soon now. The players are on the field at the stadium in Greece. Alvarez should start on the right of a cam with Foden on the right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one who's so up for the idea of Alvarez playing in the midfield. I know that Pep seems to play him like... I don't mind him playing him up top with Haaland or just off Haaland, but this idea of playing... You know, like, I read today that from Jack Gorn at the Daily Mirror or Daily Mail, who's a very reliable journalist, he's got good connections with City. He said if City don't get Lucas Paquetá, then they're going to play Alvarez as an 8. I mean, that would just be silly from City to play Alvarez as number 8. I don't think his first touch is good enough for that. I don't think a lot of what he does is good enough for that. I don't think he's that sort of player. He's good playing off the striker. I don't think he's particularly effective out wide either. I really don't. Players on the pitch here, I'm not exactly sure why. I think they're having a moment of silence or something in terms of remembrance, I think, for maybe people that have lost their lives, and of course respectful. I don't exactly know. I'm listening to it without the sound today. Perhaps Pep will prove me wrong, says Flavius. He might do. He tends to prove us wrong, doesn't he? A few times I've had a bit of a rant about Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, and they've proved me wrong. And that's fine. I hope they keep proving me wrong. That's better, because I can be a bit negative sometimes, as people close to me know. Especially people close to me know. Foden might be a better 8, says Ultra Gamer. Foden's certainly a better 8 than Julian Alvarez, without a doubt. So teams in the field now. Not when it comes to Palmer, though, says Flavius. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Palmer, Flavius. He might just explode. He might find his feet. I understand your frustrations with him, I have it too. I mean, when I saw him playing in Southampton last year in the Cup, that sort of made me really dislike him, Sergio Gomez as well. But we'll see. So City versus Sevilla, it's the UEFA Super Cup final. Champions League winner versus Europa League winner. City's first ever appearance in this competition in the club's history. We've got to come out on top, haven't we? Sevilla are playing a really high line here. You can see straight from kickoff they've got a high line. Going to get Haaland darting in behind. Kickoff is underway here in the UEFA Super Cup final. Come on, Manchester City. Remember when he put Bernardo Silva at right back, Ultra Gamer? Yeah, and at left back. He's played Foden at left back as well a few times, hasn't he? Well, he's Manchester City, and interestingly enough, straight away, we expected Nathan Ake to be at left back, Josh Gvardiol alongside Akanji, but it's not that. So it's... Wow, okay. Let me just go through the formation with you guys. Edison starts in goal. It's a back three of Walker on the right of the back three, Nathan Ake in the centre and Vardy on the left. That's our back three. And then two in front is usually Stones and Rodri. It's Akanji in midfield alongside Rodri. Cole Palmer's just been taken down here on the right side. Palmer on the right. Grealish to the left, and then it's Phil Foden and Mateo Kovacic in behind Erling Haaland. Interesting from Pep Guardiola. Switch of play from Walker to the left-hand side to Jack Grealish, who flicks it into the path of Kovacic, but dispossessed here by a Sevilla player and cleared away. But I'm very interested in the formation City are playing here. Manu Akanji in front of the defence. Who'd have thought that? No one really expected Akanji to be in midfield, but Pep Guardiola sees something that I don't see in Akanji in terms of him playing in that position, and there he plays it. Excuse me. Ake. Akanji. He's lost it. He's been dispossessed in midfield. Akanji here. He's putting pressure on Lamela. Chance for Sevilla. Eric Lamela scuffs his shot wide here, but not a good bit of play from Akanji, and straight away they're looking like he can't play midfield. Surrounded by Oliver Torres and also Eric Lamela, who dispossessed Akanji. Akanji tries to foul Lamela. Has to let him go in the end. Lamela has a shot, he scuffs wide, but that's not a good start from Akanji in central midfield. Remember when Pep wanted to play Norrie midfield, says Flavius? Yeah. I mean, Edison pretty much plays in defence, doesn't he, at the moment? Here's Josh Vardiol. Back to Kovacic. Kovacic. Into Rodri, back to Vardiol. Really good play by Kovacic there. I've been quite impressed by Kovacic so far. Quite impressed by Kovacic so far in the little glimpses we've seen from him at City. Kyle Walker for the clip out right to Cole Palmer. Nodded down in towards Phil Foden. Good play by Cole Palmer. Palmer again this right hand side onto his left foot. Palmer. Back to Kyle Walker. Palmer again. And back to Walker once more. Sevilla very compact in areas where the ball is. They'll try and close you down and make it difficult to play out. But if you do get through the press of Sevilla, then you'll find spaces. And Bade's a decent enough centre-back. He's not really shown the form. Oh, City nearly give it away in front of the keeper. It's Manu Akanji again, who makes a really poor pass back to Edison and nearly sets up Sevilla. He's having a dodgy game, Akanji. Vardiol onto Grealish. Grealish can't flick it round Jordan. Pressure on Campos, who is a very good player. Campos back to Jordan. Sevilla work it backwards, but already Manu Akanji is looking really bad in midfield. Already. I'm looking at this and thinking, Pep, get him back in the back line. Akanji hasn't a good start to Ultra game. He's not a midfielder, is it? He's really not a midfielder. I don't know what Pep's thinking. City defending a 4-4-2 shape. Torres. Flick round the corner by Navas. Intercepted by Kovacic, who gives it straight back to Sevilla. Campos tries to clip it in behind. Akanji's there. And Rodri lumps it away. It's a very, very slow start from Manchester City here. Here's Goodell, who shaved his ponytail off, actually, the Serb. I'm surprised at that. That was like his signature look. His hairline does start like halfway down the back of his head. KDB needs surgery, says Lisa. He does, but he's not decided whether he's going to have it yet. But I think he will be having that surgery. Ultra Game says Akanji's not a holding midfielder. He certainly isn't. Here is Jordan. Drops him behind the back line and then plays the ball forward towards Ocampos, who actually controls it really, really well there. Pep Guardiola is giving some instructions to Manu Akanji here. Twice he's shouting Manu, Manu. He's giving some instructions to the Swiss. Linda's predicted 2-0 to City. Do let us know your predictions in the comments here in the live chat. I think might be the first prediction we've had. But all you guys, let us know your predictions. How many are Manchester City going to win by? If they're going to win. What's the result going to look like today? Free kick for City for an offside there against Ocampos. It's going to be taken by the Brazilian Edison. Edison stands over this one. Haaland saying to Edison, put it in behind to me. Edison obliges, sent it in behind to Norwegian. Wide, actually too far wide, towards Grealish. Beaten to it by the fullback Navas. And it's going to be a throw-in for City. Jose Luis Mendelebar is the manager for Sevilla. He's very, very good. I think he's very underrated. Andrew's saying 2-1. Ultra Gamer's saying 2-1. I'm starting to doubt that though, Ultra Gamer. I never make predictions usually. I'm starting to think, well, it's been a shaky start, mainly from Akanji. He's looking like he's going to get caught out quite a lot. Vardiol taking the throw in here. He's taking his time. It's a long throw in by Vardiol to Foden. Haaland tries to lay it back off to Foden in the box. Foden went one way, Haaland went the other. And robbed. Akanji gives it away in the midfield again here. Here's Ocampos on the right hand side. Oliver Torres. Sevilla showing great energy at the start of this fixture. Torres. Lamela. Back to Oliver Torres again. He's got options wide and wide right and wide left, but he goes back to Bade in the centre. Goodell. Stones should start instead of Akanji, says Ultra Gamer. Stones has had concussion, I believe, Ultra Gamer. That's why he's not started today. Goodell White and Navas, the captain. Here's this Navas. Crossing by Navas. He's a brilliant ball in. Chance of Sevilla. En-Nesyri makes an absolute meal of that one. Could still fall to Edison. Still a chance again. En-Nesyri falls to him in the box here. Good chance. City get away with them there. Sevilla all over City. Footy Talks thinks Sevilla will win 3-1. They had a Campos throwing his leg at that for an overhead kick they had. Body's in there, Sevilla. Really good start by him. Really good start by the Spanish side. Jack Grealish. Phil Foden. Wide to Cole Palmer here. Palmer onto his left foot. Palmer looks to shoot. He doesn't do. Palmer. Palmer still. Palmer will shoot. Palmer does shoot! Low and hard towards goalkeeper Yassin Bono and the Moroccan. A simple enough save. Cole Palmer got his shot off. He just sort of dragged it along the turf. Tried to go to that near post bottom corner. From the edge of the box, Cole Palmer. But not bad work by the Manchester-born wide man. Akanji headed down towards Walker. A tackle on Walker here, which is a hefty one from Eric Lamela. Walker and Lamela, who know each other pretty well from their time at Tottenham Hotspur. Just a tap of the head by each other, and the game's back underway. Akanji into Ake into Kovacic here. City down the left-hand side. Kovacic. Kovacic with a lovely ball in behind to Haaland, who's beat him to it. Haaland looks to shoot. He can't get the ball under control here. Haaland defended away by Sevilla. Haaland was a little bit, I don't know how to describe it there, a bit clunky he felt in his touch. He wanted the ball a little bit faster from Kovacic. I think he was happy with the ball. It's a corner for Manchester City as it's poked away from Erling Haaland by Jesus Navas. I think Haaland was happy that Kovacic looked for him there. Here's Jack really short from the corner. Cole Palmer. Palmer clips one in to Nathan Ake! Big save by Bono. Clawed off the line by Yassin Bono, the goalkeeper. Really good chance for City there. Rodri back in. Haaland's free in the box, headed away by En-Nesyri. Palmer takes it down to the right foot. Cole Palmer looks to shoot. Continues on his left foot here. Rodri with a strike. Deflects up off Rodri. Tackle by Sevilla, sliding in, deflects it onto the face of Rodri. It does go back towards Bono and makes the save. Footy Talk says he'll try and not be biased. Yeah, you can try. It's okay. You can be biased if you want as a Liverpool fan. You know, I'm a City fan. I can be biased. I try not to be, but I think I am. Thought we scored in this ultra game. Very close. Nathan Ake with a thumping header. From a good cross from Cole Palmer. But Yassin Bono with a very good save. I think he's a very good keeper, Yassin Bono. Ake arrived, headed it into the ground. And it bounced up and Bono just stretched out a left arm. Just tipped it away from the goal. Just. Any transfer news for City, says Lisa? Yes. It looks like Paqueta and Doku are very much on. So is Valentine Barco of Boca Juniors. Dani Olmo is of interest to City as well. Laporte's off to Saudi, but maybe Real Madrid as well. Could be a few more that I'm missing out on there. World Cup semi-finalist Bono is, says Ultra. Yes, he is. Did really good with Morocco in the World Cup, didn't they? Really, really good. Not a fan of, you know, the World Cup sometimes when I like an underdog story. But I weren't a fan of Morocco. I think the style of play was very much sit back and hit on the counter, and I didn't enjoy it particularly. So I wasn't a fan of Morocco really in the World Cup, but they did very well, and they overachieved massively, didn't they? Footy Talks thinks it's De Bruyne's last season. We'll have to see how he recovers from that hamstring injury. Edison Longier to Kovacic. It's a poor ball by Edison. It's all the way through to the goalkeeper Bono. Laporte is worth more than 16 million, says Ultra Gamer. Don't you know it, but obviously they think not. Neymar to the Pro League, says Lisa. Yep, Neymar's gone to Saudi as well now. And this hat says, what's your opinion on Doku? An electric player who's full of skill and obviously very, very good. I've got two worries about him. I've got one main worry from two stats, which I mentioned on the last live stream. Jeremy Doku has played 3 times 90 minutes in the last 2 seasons. He's only played 90 minutes twice because he's got a bad injury record. And also, he's only played 17 games in 2 seasons. So he's got a really, really bad injury record, and that really worries me. Other than that, there's nothing to say that he hasn't got talent, because he certainly has. At least 50 million for Laporte's Ultra Gamer. We won't get that. I think we'll be lucky to get 30. I think maybe City have said he can go for cheaper because it is Saudi. And that's why. But I mean, Liverpool got 40 million for Fabinho. I think they got 10 million for Henderson. Here's Phil Foden for City on this right-hand side of the midfield. Back across the halfway line to Kyle Walker, who tries to switch the play to fellow England international Jack Grealish. Navas with a header on it. Navas gets to it and Navas wins it. Well played, Jesus Navas, who gives it away actually straight to Grealish. And City back in possession. Can we see Haaland leaving too for Real or Saudi? Hope not. He's tearing the league for use. This footy. I don't think he'll go to Saudi. He might go to Real Madrid. I'm hoping they sign Mbappe personally. Here's Grealish into the middle towards Rodri. Onto Kyle Walker here. Walker works it wide to Cole Palmer. Palmer. Good play from Cole Neely. Clipped into the far post by Rodri. Yasin Bono punches it away and comes back to Vardiel, who tries a volley on his right foot. Hits it over the bar. Vardiel needs to be more composed there. That's interesting from Bono. It's a very poor bit of goalkeeping. Comes out to catch it and just punches it in the end. Falls back to Vardiel. And Vardiel on the volley with his weaker right foot slices it up and over the bar. A clean effort there from Vardiel and he scores. Holding midfielders are worth more for some reason. Yeah, I don't understand that. He should have passed, says Ultra Game about Vardiel. He should have passed, shouldn't he, really? Sevilla forward towards Ocampos. Grealish tackles Ocampos. It actually comes off Grealish there. I'm not sure what the linesman's watching, but he's going to throw Manchester City's way, which will take, I think, Ocampos and Sevilla will feel hard done by. Thrown to be taken by Vardiel. He seems to take a lot of time on the throw-ins, Vardiel. You can clearly see he's not a fullback. He's taking quite a few steps forward. He's thrown it through to Erling Haaland, who's been beaten to it by Loic Bade. Good defending from the Frenchman. Who is Ocampos? Defended well by Vardiel. Another throw-in for Sevilla. Fabinho's never worth 40 million. 25 million for that, says Ultra Gamer. They're lucky they got that throw-in, aren't they, really? Especially when he was so bad last season as well. Interesting, isn't it, that they're getting those big sort of fees. Navas for a throw-in for Sevilla. Jordan tries to lump it forward and puts it straight out of play for a City throw-in. Well, it's not been the highest quality game in the first 12 minutes or so. I'm hoping that picks up in the second half. Or at least before the end of this first half, which is a while away yet. The game's just started. Vardiel goes back to Ederson. Ederson back at wide left-hand side to Joshko Vardiel. Vardiel. Ooh, centrally to Akanji. It's a risky pass, but it comes off. Manu Akanji turns on it and brings the ball forward for City. Wide right to Kyle Walker. Got Palmer and Foden as options. Good movement by Palmer. Back to Foden. Foden to Walker. Good play from Cole Palmer. Him and Phil Foden interchanging down that right-hand side. Walker. Foden. Back to Walker again. Akanji. Akanji all the way back to Ederson. Nathan Ake is waiting to the left-hand side of Ederson. Will he go to him? No, he goes back into the midfield to Akanji. Back to Ederson again. I think Akanji's lost his confidence a little bit going forward, especially how he started this first half. Manu Akanji. Goes short to Phil Foden. Good movement by Phil. Rodri. City have got space on the left-hand side with Grealish. Rodri drives forward with the ball for City. Rodri wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer onto his left foot. Palmer back to Rodri. Kovacic and Grealish in space. Grealish in lots of space on that far left-hand side. It's a terrible pass by Rodri away from Kovacic. Vardiel steps out towards Ocampos. Can't stop him. Ocampos in the end goes backwards though because he can't use his pace to beat Vardiel. He knows that the Croatian will catch him. Long by Bono. Good pass by the goalkeeper out. Wide left towards Acuna. Acuna back to Rakitic and back in towards Goodell. All the way back to Bono. Sevilla working it round the back here and not exactly sure really what their game plan is yet. They're trying to use the wide areas and use really attacking fullbacks. It's not really worked so far. But they have opened City up a few times. Mainly for City giving the ball away. Do you agree with Walker captains as Footy talks? I think he's probably the most experienced player on the field, isn't he, at the moment today? So it makes sense. Ball forward by Walker's poor. Can't find Haaland. Goodell takes it down. Sevilla doing pretty well here. Balde. Navas. Navas back to Balde. Sevilla play it around the back. Balde here. Balde tries to lift one forward. Nathan Ake reads the ball into the channel here. Can't quite control it, Ake, but he doesn't need to because he's offside against Moroccan UEFA Serie anyway. Who strayed offside in that run. Here's Manu Akanji. Works it wide right to Kyle Walker. Into Cole Palmer. Palmer stuck, but he does well to get out of a tight situation there into Walker. Rodri. Rodri brings it forward through the centre. Good pass into Kovacic here. Haaland's got him behind here. Kovacic into Haaland, but it's a bad pass by Kovacic. He should do a lot better than that. Needs to be a better pass from Kovacic and City are in. No killer ball from Kovacic there. Flavius thinks it's Kevin, then Diaz, then Kyle. I think that's my one as well. And he's asked, do you think Laporte leaving will impact City significantly? I don't think so. I think that City have been preparing for the departure of Aymeric Laporte for over a year now. Pep Guardiola clearly says he doesn't like him, he doesn't want him in the squad. And off he goes. Kovacic back, it's a heavy pass to Nathan Ake, who's got to chase it. Kovacic has made 2 poor passes now, hasn't he, so far? Here's Nathan Ake into Manu Akanji for Manchester City, brings it forward. Ball into Kovacic again, Haaland's making a run. This time Kovacic goes wide for Grealish. Haaland's drifting towards the far post here. Jack Grealish cuts into his right foot. Grealish with a bend here and a punch away from Bono. It was a nice shot by Grealish, wasn't it, Flavius? Tries to bend it to the far corner. Wasn't far away from doing that. I have to say, Bono's looked a little bit shaky with his handling so far. Good chance by Grealish and Bono's punched it away. The bench is dodgy, says Footy Talks. Yeah, maybe a little. I don't think it's particularly strong, the bench. It looked different if there was a Doku in there and a Paqueta, I guess. Chance for Sevilla to try and hit City on the counter from this corner, perhaps. City look to swing one in. It's Jack Grealish over it. Corner in from Jack Grealish. There's a good swing in here. Rodri's in there, heads it back across the box. And Nasiri heads it away. Falls down to Kovacic, who flicks it back towards Kyle Walker. Could go out wide here to Grealish. Walker. He might end up going back to his goalkeeper. Options for City, he's not going to take him. I think the season's going to have more confidence, I think. Yeah, Grealish might do. I don't know. I was speaking to someone earlier today. He said that Grealish's confidence might... Well, he's going to be overconfident this season after last year. And his level's going to drop off. I hope that isn't the case, but that's certainly a possibility. Walker out wide to Palmer. Rodri back to Palmer. I'm hoping he doesn't go to penalties today, because I've seen how City take penalties not very well. We were really poor against Arsenal in the Community Shield final. Ake, Rodri. Rodri back into Ake. The option is out left there, far wide to Grealish, which he does go into. Jack Grealish will run by Kovacic into the space, but Grealish doesn't go for him. Ake again. Manu Akanji brings the ball forward for City. From centre-back, Akanji wide to Palmer. Akanji's give it away again. Sliding challenge by Cunha falls back to Akanji, but he's been very, very poor so far, Akanji. Made mistakes too many times so far. Is Joshko doing well, says Lisa. He's not really touched the ball too much today. Can't judge him in 18 minutes. Who is that saying? We didn't play well the penalty shootout, says Ultra. Yeah, we didn't, did we? We really didn't play well. We never do. Akanji taken down by Rakitic here. Referee gives a free to Manchester City. Jose Luis Mendelebar. Something to say about that. Akanji got right side of Rakitic. He just throws a leg in on him. It's not much of a foul, but we'll take it. City would go down. Any team would go down under that sort of pressure and get the side of free kick, especially when they're being pressed. Here's Nathan Ake. Josh Kovardiol for Manchester City. Down this left-hand side in towards Haaland. Good route one pass, but ball bounces off Haaland, who then fouls a Sevilla player. It's a free kick their way. I think he's got to fizz that into Haaland more there, Josh Kovardiol. He lets it roll into Erling Haaland, and he can't get it under his control. In the shootout, we took out Haaland for Palmer and then assigned Mahrez as shooter 6 as Flavius. Yeah. We don't look good at penalties, and we haven't looked good at penalties for a long time. Barring Haaland, I don't think there's many people who can take penalties for the City side, it feels like. Stray ball by Forest means a throw into Manchester City. Kyle Walker to take it. The captain on that right-hand side. Walker. Down to Edison, who's also been linked with the move with Saudi Arabia just a few hours before the game, but I don't think there's much seriousness in that. Ball flicked on by Vardiol to Kovacic. City with a chance here on the break. Kovacic into Haaland. Decent ball. Haaland back wide to Grealish. Jack Grealish on the edge of the box here on the left-hand side. Grealish clips into the far post here. Headed away by Sevilla. Rodri beats Navas to it back down. Under pressure here. Jack Grealish loses out under the pressure. Throwing for Sevilla. Eddie won't go to Saudi, says Ultra Gamer. I don't see it either, but you never know if you're offered, life-changing money. It changes players' minds, doesn't it? It has been changing players' minds. Jesus Navas over this one for the throw-in. Former City captain and now Sevilla captain takes it in. Rodri's there to intercept it. Down to Ake. And back to Mateo Kovacic. Oh, it's a Kanji. Nathan Ake. Brings the ball forward at this left-hand side. Ake. Wide to Grealish. Jack Grealish. Kovacic. Back to Vardiol. Back into Kovacic. Good play. Kovacic with a heavy touch. Dispossessed after a really poor touch by Mateo Kovacic. City looking like they could create some stuff in these spaces, but then the move seems to break down not long after. Kovacic is down injured here. And it could be a free kick for City. Over Sevilla. Seemed a late one on Mateo Kovacic. Still down the Croatian. Let's hope that isn't serious. If City were to lose another midfielder, we are in trouble. Oh, the ball just hit him in the face on the way through. Luke AFC asks, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Advantage played, says the referee. So it's going to be just a drop ball and they carry on. And the ball sent in his face. Yeah, I didn't notice that first, Flavius. Didn't notice that at all. And then when I saw it, I know they're having a drinks break here. I think at the 20-minute mark. I think due to the actual weather in Greece at the moment. What position is Paquetá, says Ultra Gamer. Well, I think Paquetá will play as a central midfielder, attacking midfielder. I think that's where we'll see most of Lucas Paquetá. I don't see him really in a more wide position, but I suppose he can play out wide if City decide to play him there. He wouldn't put it against Pep Guardiola doing that. We know what Pep Guardiola's like. We know he can do those sort of things. So that's what Pep does. So don't be surprised if we saw him play out wide. Nizat asks, who was your favourite Man City player of all time? Ooh. I tell you who I really liked. I really liked Tevez. I really liked Tevez at one point. I really liked Tevez. And I really liked Samir Nasri. Aguero as well, yeah, but Samir Nasri, he was one of my favourite players. Pep Guardiola giving a bit of coaching here to Joshko Vardy on the sidelines on where he should be playing it. Aguero for Ultra Gamer. I think City's little break is over. It's going to be a throw-in for City, is it? Or a drop ball. Apparently, West Ham are going to accept 85 million from Manchester City for Lucas Paquetá. I assume that's with add-ons and everything. Well, apparently there'll be no extra time tonight if City vs Sevilla finishes level. The contest will go straight to penalty shootout. I didn't know that. Did not know that. Here is Manu Akanji for Manchester City. Akanji. Wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer running at the opposition in Acuna. Oh, he's making Acuna skate there, Palmer. And he's taken down by Acuna. Fairly, says the referee. Acuna wide towards Lamela. Back they go, but that's good play from them there. Very good play by Sevilla. Acuna for a moment was slipping and sliding all over the place, but City dealt with it. Bono with a pass forward. He's absolutely brilliant by the goalkeeper. And Sevilla completely unlocked Manchester City. Why'd they go to the fullback here? Acuna swings one in here. And the Serie attacks it! Goal for Sevilla. Absolutely brilliant goal. Brilliant goal by Sevilla. And Yusuf En-Nesyri gives them the lead. Cross comes in. En-Nesyri on the end of it for a header. And Sevilla score. Well, not a good start by City today. They haven't looked good at all. And they're behind. Well, long ball by Bono. Slices open City's team completely. Torres works it wide. And they go down the left-hand side then. Through Ocampos to Acuna. Acuna swings one in. And Nathan Ake and Joshko Vardiol. Wrong side of En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri is between both Ake and Vardiol. Neither can defend it. I'm not sure who's at fault there, Ake or Vardiol. En-Nesyri is particularly good in the air, actually. Big leap. Heads into the bottom corner. And Sevilla take the lead against Manchester City. Yusuf En-Nesyri gives them the lead. And Manchester City are behind here in the UEFA Super Cup final. Not a good start. Not a good start. 2 attempts by En-Nesyri so far. Brilliant header by the man up top. And Manchester City are behind now in the UEFA Super Cup final. City need to look less rusty, don't they? And wake up. Not a good start. Not a good start by City. Here is Manu Akanji. 26 minutes in and City are behind now. Ake isn't the tallest, is he, Flavius? But he's usually quite good in the air. But there, I mean, Serie wants it more than both him and Vardiol. Palmer wins it back for City. Akanji. I mean, City are lacking options all over the field, aren't they? Really lacking options all over the field. Here is Akanji. Ake. Ake still. Into Rodri. Wide left to Vardiol. Rodri looking to play a long ball. He sides against it. It was one ball from the goalkeeper that really unlocked us there. Grealish. Falls over Grealish under a tackle. It's a free kick. Jesus Navas and Jack Grealish having a bit of a talking with the referee there. Eric Lamela, I think, might have made the foul, in fact, not Navas. Here's Kyle Walker for Manchester City. The captain pushes City forward. Wide left towards Jack Grealish. I think Sevilla will defend really well now, and City will struggle to break them down. Jack Grealish clips one. It's a poor ball by Grealish, defended well by Bade. They look to counter us. Torres heads it straight back to Grealish. Jack Grealish with a chance again here. Grealish. Vardiol. Into Rodri. Straight into the hand. It was Akanji, actually. A horrible pass by Akanji. Straight into the hand of Rodri. And Sevilla counter once again. Cole Palmer getting back for his team. Fair play to Sevilla. Fair play. They're doing better. Akanji in midfield is not the answer, Pep. Get him out of there. Here's Akanji in the centre circle. Turns. Manu Akanji. Back to Ake. He's not the answer, Akanji, in the centre, you know, in the central midfield role. Put someone else there. He's really not the player. Vardiol. Joshua Vardiol. Rodri. Rodri for Manchester City. Can't go forward to Haaland. Rodri keeps it under pressure from Torres. Fouls him. City look to take the free kick quickly. Torres stands over it so he can't do. Rodri has to play it backwards. He goes to Kyle Walker. City are in every player in the Sevilla half now, barring Edison. Cole Palmer on the right hand side. Palmer. Foden. Walker. Well, it felt like just a second ago I said there were 12 minutes on the clock. There's now 30 minutes on the clock, and City have got 15 minutes this first half to try and wake up. Phone invisible, says Flavius. Yeah, not seen much of Phil Foden so far. He's here on the ball now, giving it away. Back to Kyle Walker. Rodri. Nice play wide to Josh Gvardiol. Heavy touch by the Croatian. He swings one into Haaland. It was just over Erling Haaland. Bit of a heavy one, and in the end, Cole Palmer can't keep it in. It's a throw-in near the corner flag for Sevilla. Sevilla are unhappy with a possible foul by Phil Foden on Ocampos, who got his arms across the Argentinian to slow him down. I mean, it's hardly a foul there on Ocampos. I mean, what does he want? A free kick for someone breathing on him. He's not going to get that, is he? Very soft bite. Ocampos. And thankfully, the referee didn't buy into it. Thrown by Acuna. Long. Goes past Walker onto Akanji, who physically deals with that one. Acuna back forward down to Nathan Ake. Back forward by Ake. Down again by Sevilla into the centre. Ake for it. And they've got another counter. Here's Eric Lamela. Lamela goes wide to Jesus Navas. Navas down this right hand side. Serie in the box here. Navas swings on it. It's a poor cross by Navas. If it wasn't, I think Sevilla could easily made it two there. Nathan Ake clips away, but only as far as Ivan Rakitic. Torres. Navas. Back to Rakitic again. Ivan Rakitic switches it once more. Out to left hand side, this time towards Acuna. Palmer stays with him, tries to close him down quickly. Little 1-2 with Jordan by Acuna. Doesn't go back to the fullback. Back into the centre with Rakitic. Sevilla dominating possession now. Bade. Navas. In behind towards Lamela. Referee says onside. It's Oliver Torres. Pulls it back to Lamela here in the left foot. Well, if he didn't scuff that wide, Lamela, that's 2-0. Ball pulled back to Lamela. As he runs onto it, he tries to bend it with his left foot into the top left-hand corner from the right-hand side. It's a good play from Oliver Torres who pulls it back. And I'll just slice it wide slightly. And that should be 2-0 to Sevilla. And that should be City waking up now. They've got to wake up now, Manchester City. They have to. There's no excuses anymore. 30 minutes of football. We can't keep looking this poor. Edison. Rodri. Rodri rings it through the centre now. Haaland makes a run. Vardiol. Kovacic, Grealish, back to Vardiol. Back left to Grealish. Jack Grealish again. Back to Kovacic once more. At the moment, Jack Grealish isn't really offering anything at all. You want him to be attacking, you want him to be creating chances. He's not quite doing that. Akanji wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer runs at Acuna. Palmer tries to swing one in. It's a poor cross by Palmer. Deflects to Akanji's path. Walker. Rodri. Back wide to Palmer. Walker again. Rodri. Turns. Rodri. Options into Akanji, who takes it. Akanji, good play, but he's got to go backwards because he can't really go forward. Ake wide to Vardiol. Vardiol on the turn here. Good play by Vardiol, who's got the sort of ball control and technique of a wide man, hasn't he? Kovacic. Rodri. Ake. Grealish in space again. Do City work it wide to him? They do with Nathan Ake. Here's Jack Grealish here. Grealish. Grealish looking for Haaland. Grealish can't go to Haaland. He's dribbling past the whole team here, Jack Grealish. Back to Rodri. It's Vardiol who's holding the width on the far side now. Kyle Walker. Nice switch of play to the Croatian Vardiol. Option to the box for Vardiol. Rodri. Clips one in, does Rodri. It's not a bad ball. It's bent away by Sevilla. Tried to kill it in. Young wants to see the real game. If I could show it you, I'd show it you, honestly, but I can't, can I? Otherwise, I'd get my YouTube channel taken off me. Why would I do that? Wide right to Cole Palmer here. Palmer at Acuna. On this right-hand side, Cole Palmer. Pulls it back towards Kyle Walker. Rodri. City's trying to find that breakthrough. Rodri, the ball through to Haaland here. Haaland's taken down by Bade. It's a yellow card for Bade. It could be a red. It probably should be a red for Bade here. He takes down Erling Haaland on the turn, who's 3-1-1 with the keeper. It should be a red card for the Frenchman. The referee instead pulls out a yellow. It's a ball through by Rodri to Haaland, who's going through 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's pulled down by Bade. Is that not a red card, referee? Apparently it's only a yellow. I don't understand why. Because Haaland's through and he's been pulled down. Interesting. Interesting from the officials there, because like Bade could have been having an earlier bath, but he's not. It's a free kick for Manchester City. So, it's not entirely... It's right in the edge of the box, I think, actually. Flavius thinks Foden's going to shoot. I'm going to be mad. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't mind Foden shooting from here, as long as it goes in. Or it's like a good effort. If he just hits the wall, puts it over the bar, I won't be happy. And we never see Phil Foden take free kicks, but he's over this one, isn't it? Foden to take it. It's too far out, actually. It's way too far out. He's got to pass this. He's got to pass this. It's way too far out. Foden steps up, sends it straight into the wall. Who'd have thought? And now, because it's cracked the man in the wall who's gone down holding his head, they've had to stop the game. And it looks like he's knocked out the Sevilla player. He's on the floor, his arms either side of him. I think it's completely knocked him out. Straight in the side of the face of Jordan. And he's down and he looks unconscious here. It's a head injury. I mean, the City players are still complaining about the decision to not send Bade off. And they're showing the replay of the Sevilla goal, which was brilliant. Really, really good. Sevilla's goal. Cunha whips it in. En-Nesyri ahead of two centre-backs. Gets there, wins it, heads it in. Poor defending from City. Vardiol and Ake both not there. I mean, nothing Edison can do. It's such a thumping header. It's gone in before he's even moved. Good goal by En-Nesyri. Good goal, good play by them. They do lead by 1-0. Footy Talks asks what's happening yet. En-Nesyri has scored for Sevilla. And they have the lead. And Manchester City are struggling. Jordan is back up on his feet. That's good to see. Hopefully the Spaniard is okay after Phil Foden's free kick cracked him right in the face. It would be a sore one. A very sore one, but he seems to be okay, Jordan. Well, the referee's playing a drop ball here, but surely Sevilla have to pass it back to City. Bornholm puts it back out for a throw-in. Interesting. Vardiol back to Ake on the throw-in. City look to build up from the back again and create something. I mean, we haven't got many attacking options on the bench that you think that they can kind of make a difference. Kanji wide right to Kyle Walker. Here's Walker for City. Okay, I don't like the way we're playing. I don't like this back three of Akanji, Walker and Vardiol and Akanji in front. Grealish, back to Ake. It's not working so far. Maybe it's the right way to play, but the wrong personnel. Vardiol. Finds Rodri. Back onto Ake. Ake brings it forward for Manchester City. Wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer clips into Rodri. Akanji, good ball. Akanji's in the box here, but don't know what to do. Akanji turns and it's a shot or a cross from Akanji. I don't quite know. Deflects. Does it deflect behind for a corner or is it a goal kick? Nice ball by Cole Palmer. It does come off a Sevilla player as Akanji tries to swing it in. I think. And it's a corner ball, is it? It is. Jack Grealish to take it once more. Let's hope Grealish can do a better delivery this time than he's done on previous occasions so far. Grealish in. Rodri with a header over the bar by Rodri. Takes deflection over the Sevilla player. It's another corner for Manchester City. Ivan Rakitic believes it didn't come off him. I can't really tell then. A bit of both. The referee gives a corner, 50-50. Foden to take it from this left-hand side. Outswinger from Phil Foden on the left foot. Foden swings it in. Chance in there. Doesn't even beat the first man. I tell you what, Phil Foden's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't think Grealish has been great either. Here's Walker. Don't go back to the keeper. Don't go back to the keeper. Kyle Walker goes back to Edison. What a waste. Rodri. He's found himself on right centre-back role here for City. Rodri brings it forward. Foden in space. Phil Foden turns. Phil. Wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer. Back he has to go towards Kyle Walker. City have been slightly curated, but that final ball isn't there. We haven't really got that, you know, Kevin De Bruyne in there or someone like that. And with Foden, maybe you do, but he's not having the best of games. Here is Grealish. Vardiol, great ball into Kovacic, back heel into Grealish here. Jack Grealish can't control it. Good play by Kovacic and Vardiol. Really good play from Vardiol. Really good play from Vardiol. Thrown in, we start again. Nathan Ake at the back for City. Get this ball forward, City. Keep it far away from our goal. Create those pockets of space. Pass and move. Let's break them down. Ake. Ake in the centre circle now brings it forward for City. Goes into Akanji. Rodri. Wide to Grealish. City move it a little bit quicker there. That's better. Grealish. Grealish finds Kovacic. No, he doesn't. It's a poor pass by Grealish. Kovacic working hard to get in there and win it back for City. Kovacic, good play. Rodri. Here's Rodri for City. Kanji turns back out wide to Walker. We don't want a Kanji in attacking midfield positions. We don't want a Kanji there. Palmer clips running towards Haaland here. Haaland gets a touch on it. Down to Phil Foden. Foden still. Kovacic in space. Foden. Rodri. Taken down is Rodri by Sevilla man Jordan. Another free kick for Manchester City, but I think Phil Foden there and should have passed it. Taken down Rodri. Foden's going to knock out another Sevilla player, is Flavius. Well, let's hope he can do a better free kick this time. He might swing it in because of the poor attempt in the last one. Maybe some of the City players will say to him, don't be doing that again. We'll have to see. Free kick for City. This time Grealish, Palmer and Walker over it. There is no Phil Foden. So that automatically means to me they're going to swing this one in, doesn't it? None of those players are going to shoot, really. It's Grealish and Palmer. City have got bodies in the box. I mean, if you've got a good shot and you could shoot from here, actually. Just don't see it happening. Grealish clips to the far post here. Bono punches away again. Bono, once again, decides not to catch but punch. He's not happy, Bono, with his team. Giving some aggressive instructions to his team. Here's Kyle Walker for City. On the halfway line, over it. And wide right to Palmer. Cole Palmer. Walker, Akanji, Phil Foden. Foden skips past a few challenges, but going nowhere so far. Walker, Akanji. Foden has not looked good at all today. Kovacic here. Heavy touch by Kovacic. He's taken down by a Sevilla man. It's another free kick for City here. Oliver Torres with a foul. Come on. Come on, City. Let's see something. It's a clear foul by Oliver Torres. Takes the legs of Mateo Kovacic. There's only 4 minutes left in this first half. Manchester City have not shown much. Wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer. To Josh Gvardiol. Could go wide to Grealish, decides against it. Into Kyle Walker instead. Kyle Walker wants to shoot from range here. Blocked away. Grealish on the end of it. Good pick up by Grealish and back to Gvardiol. City starts again in their own half now. Josh Gvardiol brings it back forward for Manchester City. Ake and Cole dropping back into their positions. Gvardiol into Rodri. Good ball from Gvardiol. Rodri. Little poke through the gap. Great play from Rodri. Josh Gvardiol into Kovacic. Good play by him. Rodri. Wide right to Cole Palmer. Palmer onto that left foot again up against the Cunha. Palmer still. Palmer. Kanji. Back to Palmer. Onto Kovacic. Better play from City. It's a lot of space for Grealish, but Kovacic couldn't find the pass. Kovacic. He should have gone to Grealish. If you could play a killer pass there, Kovacic, Jack Grealish could have been in. Rodri. Ake. Wide to Jack Grealish here for City. Grealish skips past the challenge of Ocampos, who kicks Jack Grealish in the thigh on the way through. That's got to be a yellow card for the Argentinian. That's surely a yellow card for the Argentinian. Referee says no. Grealish skips past him and then he kicks him on the way through. That's nasty from Ocampos. That's a yellow card all day long. Once he's seen Grealish go past him, he kicks his leg out and kicks him in the leg so that he can't get past him. How is that not a yellow card? How is that not a yellow card? I think Kyle Walker's asking the question. Kyle and Jack Grealish as well. He's asking the referee if he's okay. Flavia says Rico Lewis warming up. Well, we might bring Rico Lewis on for Manu Akanji, mightn't we? He wouldn't surprise me. Because Akanji has been poor in that central role. Really poor. It's not worked at all. No wonder Rico Lewis is warming up. Up and down the sidelines he goes. Foden with a swing in for City. Headed by Rodri. Falls to Akanji. Cleared away by Sevilla. Ball forward here. Too heavy forward. Dealt with by City and back they go to Edison. I think Rico Lewis be a clever change, but shows City are lacking a midfielder. Here's Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic. Into Rodri. Rodri tackled. Foden in there as well. Back they go. City putting the pressure on. Goodels. Acuna. Good play by Sevilla. They play out the trouble. City bodies pressing. Kanji beats Sevilla man to this ball over top and gets it away. Headed on by Goodels. Taken down by Foden. He can't do. Here's Walker. He's more intent in going backwards than forwards, but he does turn there, Kyle Walker. Really good play. Rodri. Kovacic. Can City nick a goal before half time? Kovacic into Haaland. Back to Kovacic. Dealt with well by Sevilla. The return pass from Haaland wasn't fantastic. Lamela. City close out Lamela there. 3 City players round the Argentinian. Wanted to lead Sevilla on a counter, but he couldn't do. Ake. Rodri. Ball out wide to Jack Grealish. Jack. Grealish still. Taking his time here. Ends up with a short, simple pass into the middle. Ake. Gvardiol. Good play from Josh Gvardiol. Walker wide to Cole Palmer on the right hand side. Cole Palmer. Kovacic. Palmer. Walker. 3 minutes here. He's looking like it's going to be a 1-0 trail at half time for Manchester City in this UEFA Super Cup final. Ball out wide to Jack Grealish on his left hand side. Jack. Onto his right foot to Rodri. Rodri back onto his left foot. Rodri through to Grealish. Good defending by Sevilla. Gvardiol leaves it onto Ake. Good defending by Gvardiol as well. Ake. Walker. Into Grealish, who takes a really poor touch. Flicks it back to Sevilla. And City get it back and start again. We try him. We build up well, but there's no venom inside. Sometimes there's SC. Yeah, I agree with that. We ain't got that killer passing us, have we, at the moment? Rodri. Lovely ball through to Foden across the box here. Palmer at the far post. Cole Palmer. Ah, terrible cross by Palmer. I think Haaland should have tapped it in anyway. I don't know why he didn't. He just couldn't get there, it seems. Thrown by City down the line to Palmer. Away. Palmer. Back down to Kyle Walker here for the throw-in. Rodri for Manchester City. Rodri. Vardiol. Grealish. Jack Grealish for City on this left-hand side. Grealish swings one in here. Chance here for City. Kovacic and Palmer go for it, and neither of them can get on the end of it. That's poor again in the attacking areas for Manchester City. Lovely swing in by Grealish. He's got Kovacic and Palmer there. Haaland makes the run for the space. And neither of them can get on the end of it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough from City. Pep Guardiola looks very frustrated. Neither City player could get on the end of it. I think Bodo believes that Akinyi put them off, but I think it's just them not gambling on to get on the end of it. We should score soon, Soldier game. Looking like a goal's going to come in the second half, rather than the first. Long by Bono. On by En-Nesyri, down by Ake to Rodri. Back by Rodri, straight into the middle towards Sevilla. Kanji in there. Sevilla go back to the goalkeeper. Bono. Bono long. Ooh, Kyle Walker's lost a race here physically with Eric Lamela. There's a pull on Walker. I don't know if the rest play an advantage or not there. I have no idea. Edison. Clipped in towards Phil Foden. Good play. Vardiol plays in behind to Grealish. Just can't get it in behind to him, but he tried it. And City have a throw-in. I think Vardiol's looked impressive so far. He's looked solid. He's looked calm, composed. He was involved in the build-up to that Sevilla goal, though, against us. And that is half-time. Manchester City found himself 1-0 down in the UEFA Super Cup against Sevilla. You could say have been the better side. City have chances, but not got there. We don't want any players complete for the crossbar challenge Ultra game. We'll have to see in the second half how City do. I'll be right back after this short break for the second half, where hopefully Manchester City get back into this one. We'll see you shortly.
It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri!
Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City.
We are Premier League champions, City FC are champions.
Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football.
my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do cause I'm feeling so good.
jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, youngin' trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Tryna stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like, now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Well, welcome back to the second half, which has already kicked off. Where I'm watching it, it just kicked off straight away. Sevilla have got a free kick. Cross comes in, cleared away by City. The game just come on straight away. I don't even know what was going on then. The game came on, and suddenly they kicked back off again. So I had to jump back on straight away. Usually do a little bit of a, excuse me, a build-up in between or something. No, game just kicked off straight away. Back underway, Manchester City versus Sevilla. Second half. Will Haaland get a shot on target, says Do the Boogie? Well, if he does, he'll probably go in. Just that guy asks who won. Well, no one's won quite yet. But at the moment, it's 1-0 to Sevilla. But there's still a bit of time to go, isn't there? Still a lot of time to go. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here's a Kanji for City. Kyle Walker. Back he goes towards Ederson. Nathan Ake. Brings it out from the back, does Ake. Ake. Still playing the same way, Pep Guardiola's side. Nathan Ake gives it away. Akanji wins it back in the midfield just for City. Then he gives it to Ake and nearly gives it away. City looks so bad. Vardiol. Brilliant play by him, who looks probably our best player. Foden. Rodri on the turn here. Akanji's down tying his laces. Here is Mateo Kovacic, who switched to the right-hand side. Wide to Palmer on the right. City have opened up Sevilla a little bit here. Back in behind to Kovacic. Kovacic across the box here towards Haaland. Cleared away by Sevilla. Other than Erling Haaland, there's absolutely no one who makes runs into the box, is there? We've lost that in losing Ilkay Gundogan, the second man in the box. Because without him, we've got nothing. Well, the referee's just holding up the play here. Not exactly sure what for. But there is something that the referee wants to look at here. Supposedly, it might have hit the hand of Josh Vardiol when he swung the ball in. Didn't look like it did. It looked like it hit his knee and then hit his hands. It's not going to be a penalty to Sevilla, no way. Kanji's finished tying his laces. And the referee is happy for the game to continue. Walker to take the throw in for City, the captain. Kyle Walker. Back to Nathan Ake. Vardiol. Good play by Vardiol. Oh, and then taken out Vardiol from behind it. That's a horrible challenge on Josh Vardiol there. No yellow card for the man who did it to him either. Disgusting tackle on him. Rodri. Back into Vardiol, who stepped into midfield himself, and it's looking better with him in midfield. Vardiol. Rodri. Palmer's made a good run there. Rodri decides not to pass it. Rodri, beautiful play again. Vardiol wide to Grealish. Great play by City. Jack Grealish one-on-one here with Navas. Grealish. Cross it. Do something. Back to Vardiol. Vardiol with the ball in. Away by Balde. Terrible from Jack Grealish. Good play from Vardiol, who's our most creative player at the moment. Into Kyle Walker by Vardiol. Back out to Palmer here. Palmer spins the Sevilla player brilliantly. Akanji, do not shoot. Akanji shoots and it goes straight to Sevilla. What is he doing, Manu Akanji? His pass is on there. Vardiol's there and Walker slides in Ocampos. Sevilla have a 2-on-1 counter here. Across hits the far post. End the series! Oh, what a save by Ederson. Akanji away. Well, Sevilla somehow don't punish City on the counter there. Played in his end the series. 1-on-1 with Ederson. Across the box, and he kicks it to the feet of Ederson, who makes a save. But Grealish has been so ineffective on the left-hand side before that. It came from Akanji shooting from a silly position. Good start to the second half. That's more like it. At least it's a bit more exciting. I've fallen asleep in that first half. Power fouls a Sevilla player. Free kick to Sevilla. After Cole Power has his hands all over Alba Torres. Well, Campos here, who skipped away from Kyle Walker. Played and end the series. And he shot his right down the middle. And it's saved by the legs of the Brazilian Ederson. Big, big save. Otherwise, Sevilla should be 2-0 up. Sevilla should be 2-0 up. And Sevilla manager Jose Luis Mendilibar knows Enesiri really should be finishing that one. And giving double his side's lead. Should have done that. The yellow card for Pep Guardiola, isn't it? Or a yellow card for, I think he's one of City's coaches. City coach has been booked here on the bench. I don't know exactly what for. But he's received the yellow card here on the bench. Sevilla, a long ball forward to Lamela on this right-hand side. Bade. Back to Bono. With definitely a better start to the second half, hasn't it? Bono again. Long by Bono fault. Walker loses the header, and there's Ocampos in behind him in space. It's really poor from captain Kyle Walker. Walker outstrengths Ocampos brilliantly. But he's got to be better than that. Grealish beaten to it by Navas, but Grealish gets there and then flicks it wide towards... I'm not exactly sure who this is. I mean, it could be Vardiol attacking for City here. It could be Phil Foden. I don't know. I can't tell. Cannot tell that. City looks scrappy. City don't look themselves at all. Here's Vardiol. Oh, given away by the Croatian, but won it back. Then Ake into Vardiol and back to Ake again. City is sloppy. I have to say Vardiol's probably our most creative player. Back to Ake once more. Nathan Ake for Manchester City brings it down through the centre. Tries to work it out wide. Ake. What can he do here, Nathan Ake? What can City do today? Because at the moment, they've been a little bit poor, haven't they? City. A little bit poor. They've been very sloppy at times. They've not been themselves at all. And that has cost us so far. And the series here runs away. Because he had a chance there. Ball through by Ocampos to end the series. 1-on-1 with Edison. Ake luckily was there. Good defending by Ake. But once again, City are poor. I nearly got caught out on the counter again. Given away by City again. This time Rodri in the midfield. Happy Hatton is here. Hello to you, Happy Hatton. Ocampos. Acuna to the wide left. Ocampos just drops to the floor from Rodri. Nothing in that there. Nothing in that at all. Ocampos runs at Rodri. Does Rodri even touch him here? He swings a leg out, Rodri. Takes down Ocampos. Free kick to Sevilla. But Manchester City looks so poor. I mean, Sevilla are the better side. Had the better chances. Pep Guardiola is so frustrated with his City team here. They're not playing like he wants at all. Rodri looks frustrated. Manchester City look frustrated. The players, the manager, everybody doesn't look happy. I mean, tactically, we're getting it completely wrong today. We're missing Bernardo and De Bruyne when we're already lacking midfielders anyway, which has made it very difficult. I don't think Foden's played well. You've then got Akanji stepping into midfield, which just isn't going to work. Happy Hatton says De Bruyne's absence was really unlucky. It certainly was, wasn't it? The hamstring injury. Bernardo Silva's picked up an illness or something as well, which has kept him out. City are in a lot of trouble here in this Super Cup final. I do think Sevilla are going to double the lead pretty soon. It looks like it's going that way anyway. Fran Jordan over this free kick. The Spaniard goes for goal. It's saved by Edison. Strong hands from the Brazilian. And he's looking for options from his City teammates, and there's absolutely nothing. He rolls it into Rodri. Space for Cole Palmer wide right. Palmer needs to show why he's getting his chances in this City team, because so far he's not. It's all the outgoing transfers that have dissolved our squad depth, as Flavius. It's interesting, isn't it, Flavius, that Manchester City, who had a small squad anyway, decided that they'd sell the players and make it an even smaller squad. I don't think that's down to Pep Guardiola, because he doesn't seem happy. I don't think Pep's happy with how small the squad is. It's too small now. Way too small. Jack Grealish flicked in behind to Phil Foden. Foden here. Got to get it across the box. He can't do a header, Bade. Won back by Sevilla. Vardiol steps out against Lamela. It's a throw into Sevilla, but it's poor again by Phil Foden. Can't beat his man, can't get the cross in, does nothing. Good chance wasted by Manchester City. Ball forward. Akanji in there for a header. Falls down to end the series. Good play by Kovacic. Rodri can't win it. They flicked it wide to Ocampos here. City are in trouble again here. Ocampos against Kyle Walker. Ocampos pulls it back here. Good defending in the end by Kovacic. Well, City are really struggling now. City are really struggling now. Definitely not Pep. City's business this summer is deplorable, says Flavius. I don't know who you blame. I mean, you think after winning the Champions League for the first time in the club's history, the club's idea to being ruthless and saying, you know what, we keep it going now. We've reached this level, let's stay at that level. It seems that they've gone, we've reached the level, we're happy. What else do we need to do? Palmer, sliding on Cole Palmer is Ocampos. Palmer, good feet. Palmer plays the ball forward and out for a throw-in to Sevilla. It's put up by Cole Palmer. Apparently went out before that. And it's a Manchester City throw-in. Palmer runs and takes it quickly. Akunya's not happy. But apparently the ball went out before that. Apparently it come off Acunya. I don't think it did. Don't think it did. But the linesman's give it that way anyway. City throw in, City have possession. Here's Nathan Ake. Well, City need to score 2 here because if we take it to penalties, we've lost anyway. And maybe City won't score because they're going to avoid the penalties. They don't want the penalties. I can definitely see Haaland leaving after a trophyless season, to be fair, says Flavius. Well, I hope that's not the case. Grealish, good play by Jack Grealish down his left-hand side. Oh, he slows down and goes back on his right foot. And then gives it away. Terrible from Jack Grealish. Played in really well, Grealish, by I think it was Vardiol. And then as soon as he beats the man, he goes back and slows down on his right foot and kicks it straight into him and gives it away. What a waste. Lamella, so much space in the far right for Ocampos. Ocampos, right-footed, bend to the far post here. And the Serie can't get there, but it's shocking from City again. Jack Grealish just so poor at the other end. And gifting a Sevilla chance at the other. It's really frustrating. Jack Grealish down his left-hand side for Manchester City again. Grealish. Haaland makes a run. Grealish doesn't even look for him. Back he goes. Vardiol. Our best attacker is Vardiol. It's a sad game since Flavius it is. I mean, Erling Haaland's been quiet. There's just no one finding him. No service for Haaland, that's all. Okay. Happy Hatton thinks he should have started Alvarez. I mean, I can see him coming on. I can really see him coming on. Walker. Here is Cole Palmer. Palmer in behind to Kovacic. It's a poor ball. Kovacic up against the Sevilla man. It's a foul by Kovacic. And it's a goal kick, I think. Or Goodell was fouled. I'm not exactly sure. Kovacic there, too aggressive. Pep Guardiola now. He's not happy either. Listen to me, Pep Guardiola says to the player. Cole Palmer he's giving instructions to. Pep Guardiola says to Cole Palmer, listen to me, listen to me. That doesn't bode well for Cole Palmer. I think you want to listen to Pep Guardiola when he's telling you something, wouldn't you? Long ball forward, down. Rodri heads it forward towards Haaland here. Haaland tries to knock it on, it's a poor header by Haaland. Sevilla lump it back forward towards Nathan Ake to defend. Vardiol. The ball deflects away from Vardiol, but he's done really well with his strength there, Vardiol. He's taken down by the Sevilla man, Lamella. It's a free kick for City. Well played, Vardiol. He's very aggressive, Lamella. He's a nasty player. He's dirty. He likes a kick. He likes a little elbow here and there. City with the ball forward to Haaland here. Goodell reads it behind for a throw-in for City. We need to just create a chance for Haaland at least, don't we? Then we might have a chance of scoring a goal here today. Back to Vardiol. I mean, City have never won the UEFA Super Cup. Yes, it's not really a real trophy. It's not really it's like the Community Shield, for example. But it's one that we've never won in the club's history, so it would be nice to win it. Okay. Rodri. Haaland. Onto Foden, who turns into trouble again. Tackle, but it goes wide to Jack Grealish here. Jack Grealish, what's he going to do here? Onto his right foot, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish runs into a group of players to Rodri. Manu Akanji in attacking position. We're in trouble. Akanji. Wide to Palmer. Palmer looks to swing it in, does he? Palmer. Pass it. Do something. Onto Foden. Foden wide to Joshua Vardiol. Vardiol. Heavy touch, but he gets it into Rodri. No, he gives it away. Vardiol. There's a counter for Sevilla here. And City are down 2-on-3 here. Ake misses the challenge. Sevilla got En-Nesyri at the far post here. Ball into En-Nesyri. Kyle Walker gets a touch on it. And in there is Ederson. But so close for another counter-attacking masterclass from Sevilla there. We had a shot at like 7 trophies this season, but I guess they need the off-season to wake up. Well, they'll need I think they're going to be slow at the start of this season, very slow. From what it looks like anyway. Akanji wide to Cole Palmer. Palmer. Walker. City started last season slow though, didn't we? And we finished it strong at the end. If we do that again, then we can't complain. Here's Jack Grealish up against Navas. Grealish into Rodri. Clip one in behind to Cole Palmer here. Palmer can't win the header. Acuña clips it behind to Ocampos, who dribbles it away using the header here. Ocampos, good play by him. Pressure from Palmer. Back to Acuña. We need to take Cole Palmer off. We need to take Akanji off, really. Problem is, I don't think there's any options. How's Joshua Vardiol's debut, says La Aranya. Yeah, he's been quite good. Oh, ball in behind here. Vardiel's lost then the series as he Ake across to win it back for City. Vardiel's our most creative player. Oh, he's a late one at Ake there. Disgusting challenge on Ake by Eric Lamela. The yellow card comes out for the Argentinian. No surprise, Lamela gets booked. I mean, if you had a bet on that, you guaranteed your money. Horrible challenge by Lamela and Ake. Could even be a red that. Studs up, straight on the foot of Ake. A nasty one, Lamela, and he does them all the time. Ake wide towards Kyle Walker. Let's see something, City, if we don't mind. Walker switches the play to Jack Grealish on the chest of Grealish. Jack. Can he do something, Grealish? Grealish cuts inside again. Foden back to Grealish. A horrible pass by Phil Foden. He's another one. Him and Grealish have been really poor. I saw a clip before the game, actually, of those two training. You know, oh, look how spectacular they are, passing the ball to each other, one touch, keeping it off the ground. I don't care if they can do it. I don't care if they can't do that. I'd rather they play better when they get on the actual football pitch rather than training. Good tackle by Kovacic. Walker. Palmer's a spare man on the right-hand side. Walker. Kovacic. Back wide to Cole Palmer. Palmer. Horrible cross by Palmer. Grealish can't control it. Happy Hatton says Foden's out of position. Well, Foden wants to play through the centre. He's getting his chance, but I don't think he's much use through the centre. He's better out wide. Rodri with a swing in here. Far post is Cole Palmer! Goal for City. And would you believe it? It's that man again, Cole Palmer. He's done it again. Flavius, he's done it again. Palmer with another important goal for Manchester City. He just seems to pop up, doesn't it? Runs the far post from Palmer. Rodri swings it in. He's onside. A brilliant header by Palmer across goalkeeper Bono. It's 1-1. Fair play to Cole Palmer. He's proving the doubters wrong, isn't he, a little bit? Because he's got another goal here for himself. I think he's got potential to be a good player, Palmer. There's a lot he needs to add to his game. Flavius says one last time he scored, remember? Yeah, I mean, on penalties we lost. It could be going to penalties, but that's a good goal by Cole Palmer. A really, really good header by Palmer. Foden play worse than Palmer, says Flavius. He has. I think Palmer... Goals change it for you, don't they, really, in a game? We've seen before where Haaland's dropped to 1 out of 10 when he gets the winning goal, and then suddenly it's a 10 out of 10 performance. That's how it works in football. Big goal from Palmer, City are level. Thank you, Cole Palmer, again. Now, Manchester City have to get on the front foot now as a team. Foden needs to step up and Jack Grealish on that left-hand side. They really do. Oh, Walker! Calamitous from Walker again. Sevilla are in. End the series! What a save from Ederson. What a save from Ederson. But my word, Kyle Walker, amateurish from the captain. Misses a header. What a save on the legs of Ederson. End the series should have had a hat-trick. Kyle Walker, absolutely amateurish defending. Again. Don't take the game to penalties. Bono is insane, Sappy Hatton. Quite right. MK says, come on now, City. Well, City's response to that Sevilla, to City's equaliser, was Kyle Walker with an absolutely torrid bit of defending that sent En-Nesyri through 1-on-1 with Ederson again. And once again, Ederson 1-on-1 makes a save. Fair play. Credit to Ederson. Grealish. Absolute waste of time, Grealish. Vardiol. Back into Grealish here. Grealish. Taken down, Grealish by Jordan. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City. City's best player here, Vardiol in attack. Cole Palmer and Ederson, says Flavius. Would you believe it, Flavius? I mean, Vardiol's our best attacker. Cole Palmer's our second best attacker. And Ederson's our best defender. Shows, doesn't it? The game's certainly not going the way we expected. The standout performers, not the players we expected at all. I'd say Palmer's our best attacker. Vardiol's our best creator and Ederson's our best defender. Crossing by City is the far post. Kyle Walker's in there. Poor header. Cunha volleys it into Cole Palmer. It's going to be a goal kick for Sevilla. Chance for City, but they couldn't capitalise on it. So has Gvardiol been rocking things, says Alaranya? He's been pretty good, yeah. I wouldn't say he's been amazing. I think defensively he's not been so good. But I think he's been our best creative player. I think he's definitely been our best creative player. Oh, City are in trouble again here. Ake, great challenge, but shocking from Akanji and Walker. Here's Gvardiol for City. Marauding forward, bringing it forward into Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic fouled. Kovacic keeps it into Haaland here. Great play, Haaland. Foden! Foden! Gvardiol with a strike here. Deflects wide for a corner. Great play from Joshko Gvardiol. Runs through the whole team into Kovacic, who finds Haaland. Lays it off to Foden. Tries to dribble through a few players. Back to Gvardiol as a strike. It's blocked away. City take a corner short and quickly. Here's Jack Grealish. Can he do something, Grealish? Grealish. To Foden, clipped in, onto the head of Gvardiol, can't do much with it, Gvardiol there. Fired onto the head of him. Ake in there, good header by Ake, he's taken down. Referee says no free kick. Acuna sends it long and in behind for Akanji to deal with, which he does do. Manu Akanji down to Rodri, and City starts again with Kyle Walker. Nathan Ake wasn't happy with that tackle. The new meta of not building from the back, he's just creating from the back. Says Flavius. So, I mean, Gvardiol, he's our De Bruyne replacement. Foden. City have woken up now, it seems. Any further updates on McAtee, said Laranya? Not yet. He might stay, he might go. Foden with a cross here towards Haaland, away by Goodell. And is Diaz fit? Ass Happy Hatton. He isn't. He is on the bench. He can't play due to concussion rules. But he is probably fit. Rodri. Kovacic. Back to Rodri. Wide left to... Come on, Jack. Grealish. Grealish onto his right foot. Grealish. Back to Rodri. Terrible. Wide to Foden. Foden looks to cross it to Haaland. Decides against it. Gvardiol. Rodri. Kyle Walker. Gvardiol again. Gvardiol onto Phil Foden. Back to Jack Grealish. Palmer's in a lot of space here. Gvardiol. Foden once again. City are toying with Sevilla here. Trying to draw them out. Back to the centre circle they go with Manu Akanji and Rodri now. Akanji. Foden. Pep Guardiola is asking his wide players to get wide. He's on to Jack Grealish there. Get wide. Get wide, Jack. Rodri. Wide to Jack Grealish here. Jack. Gvardiol. Gvardiol into Haaland. Nearly got it through, but Jordan dived into to get there. Gvardiol heads it back forward, down to Foden. Brilliant play from Gvardiol. Grealish here. Haaland's in the box here. Jack Grealish. Grealish clips it into Haaland here to the far post to Palmer. Down by Acuna. And they come away with it, Sevilla, but they've lost it. Mistake by Ocampos. Palmer. Palmer, good skill by Palmer. Palmer bends one. Big save by Bono. Lovely feet from Cole Palmer. Flavius, I think you're starting to like Cole Palmer. Confident play from Palmer, certainly. Looks like he's going to pull a trigger. Slows it down. Chops it back and then gets a shot off later on. Good play from Cole Palmer, who is continuing to impress here for Manchester City. He's doing his best, isn't he? He's doing his best. He's trying. I think, City value him at around 30 million apparently. Cole Palmer. You can see why. Cole Palmer has been really good for City today. I think he's probably... Did you say Palmer's been man of the match so far? I think I'd go as far as saying Palmer's been man of the match so far. Because of what he's done, really. He's been involved in big moments and he's been really good. Really, really good. He scored the goal, hasn't he? Kept us in it. Well, Oliver Torres is going to come off for the opposition here. It'll be nice to win this, but would rather win the match on Saturday. Minnie Mouse Cup, says Linda. Well, City are going to make a change here. Or is it City? I think it's actually the opposition making a change. Oliver Torres is coming off, I think, to be placed by... I'm not sure. I agree. Palmer man of the match is Flavius. Wow. Palmer must be playing good if Flavius likes what he's doing. He must be playing good. Oh, it's not. It's a cooling break. They're having a bit of a cooling break. That shows how bad we've been, says Flavius. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? I've got a lot of hope in Cole Palmer. I mean, on today's performance, again, I think he's been fantastic. I think we still need to bring in Jeremy Doku. I think that is got to happen. But Palmer, Doku, Grealish and Bernardo Silva or Foden, I'm happy with the wide players then. I'm very happy the way he plays. They all offer something a little bit different maybe as well. It was a good goal. I don't know if he's trying to head it across the box towards Haaland, but either way it went in, didn't it? Either way it went in from Cole Palmer. So we take it. I don't think Palmer and Erling Haaland get on. I mean, they don't even celebrate the goal with Palmer there, Haaland. He just goes and picks the ball up. I've noticed a few times when City have played Palmer and Haaland. Haaland's been a bit cold with Cole Palmer, not been happy with his passes and so on. Laranja believes we should get Doku as soon as possible. Yeah, I think we need Jeremy Doku. I really think we need Doku. I think he offers something very different in the wide areas. If we're going to bring in a winger and it's going to be Doku, if that's who Pep Guardiola's decided we should be bringing in, then get him in. You know, don't waste any time. Just get him in and let's use him. You know, there's no reason why not. Some breaking news coming out of Holland. Hakim Ziyech, who was supposed to be joining Galatasaray after he failed a medical at... I can't really fail a medical at now. Some Qatari side... Sorry, some Saudi Arabian side. He's failed another medical now at Galatasaray. Another medical at Galatasaray he's failed now. So Ziyech looks like Chelsea can't get rid of him. We need to score one more. Yeah, we do. I can't go into penalties again. I like Palmer SC. I feel like he's just on the edge of becoming a really good player. Just seems to panic a bit and needs to keep his eyes open, miss a lot of overlaps. Yeah, I think his decision making is certainly his worst asset by far. Sevilla might summon Suso. If they do, Ake might be in trouble since Happy Hearts. And Suso's a good player, but I don't rate him as... You seem to rate him quite highly. I don't rate him that highly, actually. Suso. I really don't. I don't think he's been good for a very long time at Sevilla. Long ball forward by Sevilla. Vardy on to the end of it. Back he goes to goalkeeper Ederson. Here's Eddie for Manchester City. Takes his time with passing it out. Goes wide to captain Kyle Walker. Walker. Looks long to Haaland. It's a bad ball by Walker. Straight down to Bade. Ball comes straight back at us. But only to Akanji. It's a poor header by Sevilla. Akanji drives forward for City. Into space. Akanji. Wide to Cole Palmer. Here is Cole. Palmer. Tries a bit of skill. Oh, Palmer's absolutely embarrassed Acuna. A bit lucky, but he gets away with it. Palmer. Oh, and he's a little bit weak there. He's got to put the ball across to Haaland then. Did all the hard work, but once again his decision-making lets him down. Ocampos dives under a tackle from Rodri, who's hardly there. Rodri tells him to get up. Foden shoots, I don't know why. Deflects. Goodell clears it away when Bono had it. Ocampos against Akanji. Ocampos is chucking his body around as always. One of those players that likes to go down very easily. Well, they're going to make a change here, Sevilla. And it's going to be the number 21, Oliver Torres, coming off. I said he was coming off before. I thought he was coming off. Maybe just discussing it with the manager. So off comes the midfielder. Once a real, high potential player when he was at FC Porto in Portugal. Moved to Sevilla and he's been okay. Been Sevilla's best player at times. And he's replaced by number 26, Wanlu, from the youth system. See how he does for Sevilla. Big game to bring him on. Obviously some trust in him from Jose Luis Mendeloa. Walker to take the throw in for Manchester City here on this right-hand side. Waiting for options, Walker. Where are they coming? Got to go back to Rodri. Rodri goes back to Ake. Ake into Joshko Vardiol. Time to turn in the centre circle. To the left of it by Joshko Vardiol. Vardiol for City. Wide left to Jack Grealish. Grealish up against Jesus Navas, who's had Jack Grealish in his back pocket all day today. Barring, I think, one time. Walker miscontrols it. Works it far right to Cole. I actually think Palmer's more effective than Grealish at the moment. Walker. Palmer again. I'll take it to buy and replace him, says Laranja. I don't think City will let him go. I have no idea who replaces him. No idea. Don't think City do either. That's why they won't let him go. Vardiol. Rodri. Another switch out right to Cole Palmer. On the chest to Cole Palmer. He's got options in the box here. Palmer's got Haaland in there as well. Palmer decides not to cross it. Palmer still. Palmer shoots. He's too greedy, Palmer. I know he's full of confidence, but he's got to then find the pass or something. Get the cross in. Palmer to Ake. Ake wide to Jack Grealish. Here's Jack. Grealish. Vardiol. Into Kovacic. Onto Foden. Can't control it. Grealish in there behind the Sevilla man. Navas. Headed on by En-Nesyri. Rodri's in there. Grealish has got to turn and just go for it. There's no gamble from Grealish. There's no run. There's no go in him. It goes into the hand of the Sevilla player. And the goalkeeper, Yasin Bono. I think Sevilla will be very happy to take it to penalties. Bono is a penalty specialist. They've got, what, 15 minutes to hang on for. Manchester City certainly won't be happy at going to penalties. Header forward by Vardiol. Bade heads it forward again. Grealish is there. Jack Grealish. Here's Phil Foden. Come on, Phil. Foden bursts forward here. Foden cross into Haaland. It's a bad one. Haaland was there to volley it. He was gambling on the fact that he might miss that. Walker to Rodri. Get on side, Phil. Vardiol into Foden again. Great ball by Vardiol. Foden clips it in. It's a poor cross. Pepe is away. Haaland beaten to it by Bade. Vardiol on the volley. Away by Sevilla on the block. Vardiol still battling for it and nods it down to Rodri. I think Vardiol and Palmer, the two, or Ederson, those three, certainly the three players, the man of the match. Our three best players by far. Ake. Ake for City. Foden's gone wide and Grealish gone central. Vardiol. Foden. Into Grealish. Joshua Vardiol again. Rodri. Walker. Kovacic. Goes wide right to Palmer. Kovacic makes a run and then stops. Back into Kovacic. Behind you, Matteo. There's Walker. Back to Kovacic. A late one on Walker there by Ocampos. He can't make the challenge though. On the Lamella. Kovacic wide to Vardiol. Joshua Vardiol into Foden. What a ball. Foden on the turn here. Foden taken down by Bade. Foden gets it back. Back to Bono who just clears it away to his player to the right of him. So calm from Bono there. Foden's got to pull the trigger. Ake. Great play from Nathan Ake. Wide to Grealish. Come on, City. Grealish onto his right foot. Grealish. Cross it. Do something. Bade with a big challenge on Grealish. And Sevilla win it back. Poor from Grealish again. Who's been really bad today. Ake pressing. City have it. Good play from Ake. Thrown in quickly towards Foden. Late one on Foden. Referee plays on. Rodri. Kovacic turns. Slides away from Ocampos with a little flick pass into Kyle Walker. Back to Kovacic again. Wide right to Palmer. Palmer got space here. He's got to get a good cross in. Palmer does clip one in here to the far post to Jack Grealish. Cleared away by Sevilla and on. Rodri beats the Sevilla man, the striker, Enesiri to it. And Manchester City are really dominating here. Going and approaching the last 10 minutes of the game. 78 minutes on the clock. Here's Vardiol. Rodri. Back to Vardiol. Happy Hatton says Grealish taking too long. Grealish has been poor. Vardiol will switch a play to Palmer. Nice idea. Doesn't come off. Ocampos is there. City could be in trouble. Palmer goes and wins it back, does it? Nearly. Oh, it's Haaland in the box here. Back to Kovacic. Kovacic could shoot. Back to Haaland who does shoot. Blocked away by Sevilla. Rodri. Palmer wants an overlapping run from Walker. It does come. Walker in there. Blocked away. Chance to the far post. How's Foden not scored? Grealish. City pressure. Put the pressure on. Press. It's a corner for City here. But how's City not scored there? Phil Foden. Bono gets a flick on it. Right into the path of Phil Foden. Just got to get his body in there. Foden, something, a touch, and it's in. Just something in Phil Foden on it and he scores. Just something and Phil would score there. Corner ball for City. Jesus Navas, who is 38 years of age, I think now. Captain. Suffering a bit of cramp in his calf, but he wants to play on the captain. I think they'll look at taking him off, maybe bringing on Montiel. Corner Manchester City. It's Phil Foden. In by Foden. Ake in there, away by Sevilla. Kovacic. City again looking to push. All the attacking players staying in there. Kovacic wants an option. Wide right to Rodri. Oh, beautiful switch of play. So calm by Rodri to Jack Grealish. Good take as well by Grealish. But then he's got to do something now, Grealish. Grealish into his right foot. Grealish shoots here and into the hands of Yasin Bono. Never troubling the Moroccan, really. Cross right into the hands of Bono. Tried it. I have a bet on I need Haaland a shot on target, says Do the Boogie. Usually if he gets a shot on target, he scores. But at the moment, that shot on target's not coming, is it? All dealt with by Walker into the Campos. It might come through the big. I hope it comes for you. I hope they get that shot on target. But at the moment, it's not happening. Haaland's really isolated in the box. He's got a few Sevilla players round him and Manchester City aren't finding him. Walker forward. Haaland in a physical battle here with Goodell. Referee says 50-50. Don't know how. Both players pulling each other down. Bade. Back he goes to Bono. Give Haaland the Sevilla chances. He's putting 3 behind Bono, says Flavius. Yeah. If he had the end of the series chances, we'd win this easy. Oh, Bade. Brilliant centre-back play. Dribbles the ball forward through the City attack here. Then he gets into Ocampos and Lamela. Ocampos far left here. Lamela with a bad pass. Ocampos swings one in deep. Joshko Vardiel with a good header away. And on to Grealish, you can't beat him to it. Down again. Wide right to Navas. Jesus Navas, who got the cross for the goal. Blocked away by Jack Grealish. It stays in. And then an overhead kick from Phil Foden. Clearance in his own box away towards and up to Erling Haaland. Straight to penalties, I think, Mark says SC. It might be. Sevilla got a chance again on the right-hand side here. End the series in the box. Cross comes in. Chance for Ocampos! Oh, and Walker just gets there ahead of him. Just. Great chance for Sevilla. Acuna with another ball in. End the series up. He pushes Vardiol down. Referee says no free kick. Another crossing. Away by Akanji this time. Foden away. And it's going to go out for a throw-in right near the corner flag for Sevilla, who are swinging balls in to the Manchester City box, just hoping that end the series someone will get in the end of it. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Ocampos waits. There's a problem still with Jesus Navas here, who's still got cramp, and they're saying that he needs to come off here, the captain. I think he knows he needs to come off. A replay of the cross of Cole Palmer he swung in. Grealish was at the far post. Navas stretching to clear it away before it gets to Grealish. And it was that point where he felt the right calf, whether it's cramp or a pull in the calf of Jesus Navas. But off he comes for Gonzalo Montiel, who loves a penalty, so he goes to penalty shootouts. He likes to score the winner. He's done it for Argentina in the World Cup final. He's done it for Sevilla in the Europa League final. Vardiel's doing really well, says Happy Hat, and he is. Vardiel's done great today. Really good debut from him. Really good debut from Joshua Vardiel. Really, really, really impressive. Throwing for Sevilla. And the substitution, Montiel will go across to take it. Options in the box for Sevilla, like En-Nesyri, Lamela, or Campos, who two of those are good in the air. Lamela's a real fighter as well. Montiel to take this throw in. Takes his time. Sevilla will back themselves some penalties against Manchester City. Rakitic. Montiel. Want to play it wide there. Player was offside, but it didn't go through to him. Back to Bade in Sevilla. Work it across the back line here to Acuna. Marcus Acuna here. Ocampos. Under pressure from Kyle Walker. Ocampos, little step over. City are going to make a substitution. There's someone stood on the sidelines. I'm not exactly sure who it is, though. Oh, Vardiel's been kicked here. He's gone down, but he's back on his feet. He seems to have picked up an injury here, Joshko Vardiel. He's limping. Let's hope he's okay. Acuna. Swung in by the opposition again. Ederson comes out to catch it. He can't do. Jordan. Ederson off his line. They can't shoot. And a bad pass by Acuna. Vardiel's limping here. Let's hope he's okay. Julian Alvarez is coming on for Manchester City. And he replaces Cole Palmer. Well, Palmer's been really good. So he's played a really good 84, 85 minutes here today, Cole Palmer. Credit to him for how he's played. Impressive. Once again, the young man impresses. Off he comes for Alvarez. I assume Foden will go out to the right and Alvarez will go through the middle. I'm just hoping Vardiel's going to be okay. He took a little bit of a tumble before that. He was limping. He seems to be fine, Vardiel. Or not. I don't think so. He's not moving right, Joshko Vardiel, in the far corner of your screen if you're watching it. Let's see if he can run that off. He seems to be an ankle or a foot injury of some sort. Rodri. On towards Walker. Vardiel still trying to run that off, but it seems like a sore one for Vardiel. Walker goes back to Ake. Ake. Rodri. Rodri's got options here. Onto Vardiel. Joshko Vardiel. Into Alvarez here. Julian. Ball forward is a poor one. Onto the chest of Goodell. Jordan away. City beaten. Ake steps up well there as well with Vardiol. Rodri. Vardiol again. Back to Ake. Rodri. Good play by City. Playing in little triangles around Sevilla. And they play out that little Sevilla press there that they had. Captain Kyle Walker. Switch of play by Walker to Jack Grealish. This is where the move dies. Jack Grealish onto that right foot. Into Joshko Vardiol. Vardiol. Onto Rodri. Rodri from range here. Blocked by his own player, Erling Haaland. Vardiol in there to win it back for City. Vardiol onto Kovacic. Foden's in space out right here. Foden. Foden. Doesn't know where to go. Pressed by two players. Under pressure from Ocampos here with a big challenge on Phil Foden. Throwing to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola runs straight across because he does not want penalties. Alvarez has got a good pen to be fair to Mark Hugh. But yeah, I trust Alvarez and Haaland to score the pens and then that'll be it. That'll be it. No one else will score one. Is it a throw into City or a throw into Sevilla here? I think it's gone Sevilla's way of the throwing. Which Foden's not happy with. And there's a bit of cramp here as well for Ivan Rakitic now. Who's down the floor for Sevilla. Sevilla try and waste a bit of time. They want penalties, Sevilla. I don't blame them. They really, really want penalties. Because they know they've got the big advantage. The big advantage. Liverpool have agreed to sign Wataru Endo from Stuttgart, the 30-year-old. He's coming in for 18 million euros to Liverpool, to Anfield. Vardiol will score, says Flavius. Well, I hope you're right. He might score his penalty. Foul by Akanji apparently here on a Sevilla man in Eric Lamela. Free kick to Sevilla. Well, Suso's coming on, Happy Hatton. And so is Rafa Mir. So a double substitution for Sevilla. Rafa Mir, ex-Wolves man. And Suso, ex-Liverpool man. Walker could score too, says Happy Hatton. No, I can't see him scoring his penalty. I can't. He's not had a good game today. Vardiol pressing. Good challenge by Vardiol. Referee says play on. Ake heads it down. Rodri there. In the back of him comes Jordan. Kovacic down to Alvarez here. Julian. Wide to Jack Grealish. This is where the move dies again. Grealish on this left-hand side. Grealish. Come on, Jack. Can we see something? Endo. Now, can't lie. Never heard of him. What position is he? He's a holding midfielder. He's captain of Frankfurt and captain of Japan as well. He's 30 years of age. Grealish with a cross in here. Headed away by Bade. You're not going to get your shot on target, by the way. The person who had a bet on it, that's not happening. I don't think Haaland's going to have a single shot all game. Haaland. Waiting for the ball in the centre. Rodri. Alvarez. City continue to push here. They don't want penalties. Alvarez. Grealish. Back to Julian. Vardiol. Rodri. Wide right to Phil Foden. Can Foden make something happen here off the right? Foden. Back to Walker. Walker cross it in here. In there is Haaland. It's defended away towards Jack Grealish at the far post. Grealish. Grealish. Vardiol. To the edge of the box. To Kovacic, who scuffs it. Good chance. Bad finish by Kovacic. Rodri back down to Vardiol. Vardiol can't win it. He's holding his ankle here, Vardiol. It'll be a yellow card for Pepulu. And Vardiol is writhing in pain on the floor here. And it looks like there's a lot of pain for the Croatian Joshko Vardiol. Let's hope he's okay and he gets back to his feet. But he's on the floor holding his ankle. It's Wanlu, sorry. Ooh, right over the boot. Down the ankle with the studs on Joshko Vardiol. Disgusting challenge by the Spaniard who leaves his foot in there afterwards. That's a horror challenge on the Croatian who limps back to his feet. Absolutely horrible challenge there. Right down the right ankle of Joshko Vardiol. And you can't help but think that should be more than a yellow card. Crossing by City. Nathan Ake at the far post! Saved by Bono, I think. Or did it deflect over the bar? Ake heads it into the ground. Save over the bar. It was a yellow card, Happy Hatton, but it probably should have been a red. It was a horror challenge. 4 minutes added time here. Foden. To the edge of the box to Grealish. Jack Grealish! Jack Grealish! Just kicks it straight at a Sevilla player. As he regularly does all game. He's been absolutely dire, Jack Grealish. A 1 out of 10 performance from the man on the left-hand side. Akanji. Alvarez. Wide right to Phil Foden. Come on, City. Alvarez made a running behind here. Alvarez. Should have gone for the cross. Back to Foden. Foden back out towards Vardiol. We've already played one of the 4 added minutes here. Wide to Grealish again. Jack Grealish, can he create something? Can he do something? No, he can't. Goes back to Nathan Ake. Rodri. Rodri for City. Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic for City. Ake. Walker wants it in the centre. He's got Foden space in the right. Foden shoots from range here. Walker shoots from range over the bar. What a waste from Kyle Walker. What a waste from Kyle Walker. He's got Foden to the right. He should never shoot from there, Walker, the captain. He's got the captain's armband on, so suppose no one can shout at him. But I would not, as a teammate, I would not be happy with him. I think Sevilla are going to try and get those subs on now, ready for the penalties. Hopefully there's more injury time still to the game. I don't think so. I think City will be lucky to have another shot. I really am. So double substitutions for Sevilla. Rafa Mir and Suso enter the field. 2 specialists from a spot on the penalty. Sevilla are taking the time coming off here. That's 30 seconds it's taken just for the players to come off. And they're still not coming off. We're still waiting for the players to come off here. Camera focusing on Rafa Mir and so on. And the series going to take his wrist wrapping off first. And he takes his time, Yusuf En-Nesyri. Coming off here, he's still taking his time here. As he slowly strolls off the field for Rafa Mir. And Suso, he replaces. Is it Eric Lamela? It is Eric Lamela who comes off for Suso. Rightful changes there. So that used over a minute there. Just for the substitutions. Over a minute gone. Ball forward by Sevilla. Headed down by Rodri. Haaland. Clattered into by Godelj. I hate time wasting, but who can blame, to be honest? It's Happy Hatton yet. I mean, everyone does it, don't they? Everyone does it. Ocampos is down here under a challenge from Walker. It's going to be a free kick to Sevilla. No extra time today, casual. Straight to penalties. No extra time. No extra time. Ivan Rakitic wants to take the free kick. There's a talk from Guardiola there. Rakitic clips it in behind here. Bit of defending for Foden to do against Ocampos. Free kick Manchester City. Ocampos kicks the ball away. That's a yellow card for the Argentinian. For Descent. Lumps the ball away. Under pressure from Phil Foden. I love how Ocampos there can complain to Phil Foden that he was hardly touched when Ocampos is known for going down easily. Interesting from the Argentinian. City play it short here. Rodri. 15 seconds remain. Nathan Ake. Got to get this ball forward. Into Vardiol. Back to Ederson. Well, we're not going to score with Ederson, are we? City. Ederson. Long by the Brazilian out wide to Jack Grealish. Not a bad ball from Ederson. Headed away by Sevilla. Headed back on. Out for a throw into Manchester City. 4 minutes he's up here. Here's Alvarez. Akanji. Walker. Wide to Phil Foden. This will be City's last chance if they're allowed to have one. Foden. Into Akanji. Turns. Rodri. Last chance for City here. Rodri, do not shoot. Onto Vardiol. Vardiol. Onto Alvarez here. Alvarez, good play. Loses it. Vardiol goes and wins it back. Referee blows the full-time whistle. Manchester City 1, Sevilla 1 in the UEFA Super Cup final. It will go to penalties. Let's get Ederson on a penalties. SC, well, I tell you what. Haaland, then Alvarez, then Ederson. That's my penalty order. That is my penalty order. Definitely, that is my penalty order. I'd even have Pep Guardiola take a penalty before the likes of, I don't know, Kyle Walker, Phil Foden, and so on. So penalties it goes to. And UEFA Super Cup final will be decided by the penalties, won't it? Not good. Not good. No one likes penalties, do they really? No one likes penalties. No one likes penalties, but that's the way it's going. Penalties between Manchester City and Sevilla. Who will come out on top? I don't know. I don't know. I'm uncertain. how this is going to go. You think City, you know, should win this one on penalties, but Sevilla are penalty specialists. They really are penalty specialists. So I expect them to come out on top, actually. I really do. Let's surprise City will win. Never mind. At least we'll win the Club World Cup. I hope so. Well, good game, Sevilla. It was a fun match. City definitely need to step it up. One final loss and probably going to lose another. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to be too negative, but it feels like it's going that way, doesn't it? We saw the way it went against Arsenal. MRC J8 says Sevilla. Come on, Sevilla. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Sevilla as well, so you can come and give the love to Sevilla in this comments. I don't care at all. Love for Sevilla also. Anyone in Sevilla is good at... Everyone in Sevilla is good at pens. Yeah, they are. They are very good at penalties. They are very good at penalties. And that's going to be an issue for Manchester City here, I think. That's going to be a big issue. Calvin Phillips comes and gives Edison a hug. Says to Edison, the pressure's on you, Eddie, to step up here. So we're going to penalties in the UEFA Super Cup final. As you can see there, I've still got the penalties set up from the Arsenal game. I hope that is not a bad omen, is it? There we are, we'll get rid of them. UEFA Super Cup final. Penalties it is. Manchester City versus the seasoned pros from the spot, Sevilla. I don't know how many times they won the Europa League? 6, 7 times? Won the Europa League on penalties against AS Roma this season. And they might look to win the UEFA Super Cup on penalties as well this season. Pep Guardiola is giving Erling Haaland the talking to here. Pep Guardiola says he wants both of you on penalties. He points to Erling Haaland, he points to Jack Grealish, and he points to Julian Alvarez. 3 players. Who would you prefer as our goalkeeper for pens, Edison or Ortega, says Mark Hewitt. Well, Ortega was absolutely a waste of space, wasn't he, actually, in the Charity Shield, or the Community Shield. So we'll try Edison and see how he does today. Because Ortega did nothing, did he, in that one? Did absolutely nothing. But we'll have to see. City in the blue, Sevilla in the red. City win the toss. Kyle Walker decides whether penalties will be taken. I think in front of the City end. Or that he wants to start first. I'm not quite sure. Let's see how we do. So I don't know how City win it. Edison's going to impress, says Flavius. I hope so. He's been good in the game, actually. Been really good. I've never seen Edison save one, says Mark Hubert. I think I have seen Edison save a penalty. Maybe a few times. Not in a penalty shootout, but in a game. We might see him score one here, because I think he might be taking one. I think he might be taking one, might he, Edison? I wouldn't put it past the decision for Edison to take one, to be honest with you. Talking to for the goalkeepers from the officials here. Speak to Bono and Edison. Let's see who's won the toss and how it's going. So I think the penalties will be taken at the Manchester City end in front of the City fans rather than Sevilla fans. Isaac Bloom says, what have I missed? You've missed a Cole Palmer goal, an equaliser in the second half, and then penalties. That's pretty much it. Flavius says Haaland first pick. Well, I expect that to be the case. Let's see. Edison walks across, and it is Erling Haaland walking up to the spot with the ball in his hand, hopefully to set City off on a good spell. It's in front of the City end, and City is shooting first. Everything is in City's favour. I tell you what, there's some pressure on Haaland here. And I think, by just looking at Haaland, he feels the pressure. You can see it in his face. Haaland feels pressure. And I don't blame him. Haaland versus Bono. An absolute specialist from the spot is Yassine Bono. Absolute specialist from the spot. Haaland steps up. Ball down the spot. Up against Yassine Bono. Bono is very good at penalties, saving them. We know that. Haaland needs to send City off in a good way. MCRJ8 is hoping that Haaland misses this one. He's begging for City to miss. Halal says, why can't we see the match? Because YouTube won't let me show it. Haaland versus Bono. From the spot. Erling Haaland steps up, dispatches it in the bottom corner. And number 1 is in for Manchester City. Goal for City. Erling Haaland from the spot. And the first one goes in. Bottom right-hand corner, Haaland goes. Rolls it past the keeper. And a good finish from Erling Haaland. And who steps up for Sevilla next? We'll have to see. It's Lucas Ocampos. Well, the penalties in the UEFA final were brilliant. But we'll have to see. Ocampos versus Edison. Can Edison do a job for us here? Ocampos steps up. And he puts it in the same corner as Haaland. Good finish by Ocampos. And it's 1-1. Lucas Ocampos with a goal. Campos steps up. Good finish by the Argentinian. And he levels it to make it 1-1 on penalties. Next is City's little Argentine, Julian Alvarez. Alvarez steps up. Edison gives a bit of a talking to Julian. Yacine Bono smiles at the Argentinian. MCRCJ8 is begging for them to miss as well. Julian Alvarez against Yacine Bono. Alvarez! Good finish by Julian Alvarez. Goal for City number 2. Good finish by Alvarez. Really good finish. Up he steps. Dispatches it in the top right-hand corner. Brilliant finish from Alvarez. 2-1 Manchester City from the spot. Good penalty. Just so you know, that sound. Goal. Up next is coming for City. For Sevilla, it is Rafa Mir. Rafa Mir, up he steps, Rafa Mir! Another one right in the top right-hand corner. Great penalty. Great penalty from Rafa Mir into the top right-hand corner. Well, Sevilla have copied City's penalties exactly so far. Wherever City have gone, they've gone exactly the same way. Kovacic to take the third penalty for Manchester City. Kovacic against Bono. Will Kovacic put this in? Pressure on the Croatian, the new signing. Mateo Kovacic! Great penalty by Kovacic. City score. That's more like it, Manchester City. It's 3-2. Kovacic up his steps. Bottom left-hand corner. Good finish by the Croatian Mateo Kovacic. And City looking more composed on penalties than they ever have before. Penalty number 3 for Sevilla. Up steps the very experienced Ivan Rakitic to take this one. Edison in goal. Ivan Rakitic, you put one in the Europa League final, I do believe. If I remember right. Rakitic against Edison. Come on, Eddie. I think he's going to go bottom right here, or bottom left to him. Rakitic dispatches the penalty brilliantly. And it's 3-3. And it's all level again. Well, Jack Grealish, you wanted to take a penalty in the Euros for England. He made it very clear he wanted to take one, but Gareth Southgate decided he wouldn't take one. Now is Grealish's chance to show why he should have taken a penalty, because he steps up for Manchester City as penalty taker number 4. Against Yacine Bono. Jack Grealish for Manchester City. And I feel like Grealish will miss. I don't know why, but I've just looked at him in the eye then and thought he's going to miss. But I hope I'm wrong. The £100 million player. The pressure is certainly on. Jack Grealish against Yacine Bono. Up steps Jack Grealish. Grealish scores down the middle. Great penalty from Super Jack Grealish, who makes it 4 to Manchester City. Great finish by Grealish. Up he steps, right down the middle. With the power. Good finish by Jack Grealish. And now it is Sevilla's turn again. All perfect so far. Perfect penalties from both sides. Sevilla have been brilliant. Well, not 5th this time, but number 4. Gonzalo Montiel steps up to beat Edison. Montiel, who has scored 2 crucial penalties so far in his career. Could this be number 3? It is from Montiel. It's a great finish from Gonzalo Montiel. And he makes it 4-4. Sevilla, don't flinch. Whatever you can do, Manchester City, Sevilla can do as well. Bottom right-hand corner by Montiel. Sends Edison the wrong way. Very good penalty. 4-4. And now it's sudden death, isn't it, for Manchester City? Oh, my word. Up steps captain Kyle Walker for a sudden death penalty. Well, I said before the game ended, I said Kyle Walker will miss. I hope I'm wrong. But Walker against Bono here. He has to score, the captain. Walker has to score. Walker, the captain, takes responsibility for the UEFA Super Cup. Kyle Walker! Just under Bono. He gets his hand to it. He goes bottom left-hand corner. Bono gets his hand to it. And it bobbles underneath him into the goal. Very, very lucky from Kyle Walker. But he scores and we'll take it. Thank you, captain. And now the pressure is on City goalkeeper Ederson. Can he save a penalty from Nemanja Gudelj? Ederson could be a hero here in the UEFA Super Cup final against the Serb. Or can he keep Sevilla in this one? Gudelj versus Ederson. Up steps the Serbian against Ederson. Gudelj! Off the crossbar by Gudelj! Manchester City are UEFA Super Cup winners. Off the crossbar by Nemanja Gudelj. Ederson, supposedly the hero, I don't think so. He just stood there and watched him miss it. And City win a trophy they have never won in the club's history. They are considered now the best team in Europe continued. Beaten the Europa League winners. Beaten Sevilla. Celebrations for Haaland and Jack Grealish. Manchester City, who didn't play so well today. But they've come out with a win. It's ours, says Flavius. It certainly is. City champions of Europe. I suppose again, according to UEFA, Nemanja Gudelj steps up, goes to the top right-hand corner, and in the sudden death penalty, you've got to have some bottle to try a penalty like that, Nemanja Gudelj. Commiserations to Sevilla, who were Europa League winners, and I thought they were brilliant today, Sevilla. They really did catch City multiple times in the counter-attack, and if it wasn't for Ederson in goal for Manchester City and end the series finishing not quite being on point, I think they would have gone and won that game. Manchester City win. Brilliant win. The celebrations between Ortega here, Ederson, Scott Carson and the goalkeepers here are all having a laugh together. Sevilla very disappointed. It's been great to watch this game and share this with you. This is my last live stream, guys, for 2 months. The last commentary for 2 months. There's a video going up soon explaining why I am going on a journey around Europe and bringing you guys some extra content on the channel along the way when I return. City are champions of Europe once again. Great to see City lift another trophy. Brilliant to see. Thank you very much for joining us here on our last live stream of the next 2 months. We will be back in November for a live stream and back again with a commentary, of course. Been great to have you. Videos will continue as normal. Don't worry about that. And we'll see you all next time. Enjoy a trophy lift with your friends, family, by yourself, whoever you're with. The City have won it once again.
It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot.
Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri!
Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City.
We are Premier League champions. City FC are champions.
Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football.